with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, got to fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between, yeah, it's all that. And we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Welcome. It is I, it is he. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. And of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Righteous Reg. What's going on?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. Grapsody is Saturday morning media man. Very excited to be here. Philip Lindsey, how's your week been? You are glitching. You look like there's some maybe nope, not happening anymore. That was weird. Thought the Wyatt 6 was taking over your stream real quick.
Yeah, we are here.
No. It's happening again. Oh. Yeah, you're glitching. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what?
Great.
Can you see it on your side?
I can. I don't know why it's doing it. Hold on.
Whoa. Oh. Well, yeah. While Philip Lindsey figures out his camera operation, shout out to everybody joining us here today. Hope you guys have had a phenomenal week. I saw a funny chat already saying, "Have I recovered from Wednesday? Leave me alone, you sickos. Get out of your brain and stay inside of yours." Yeah, it's been a interesting week. It's always interesting weeks around these parts. So much continuously going on. Wrestling never stops. Had a what's the big LOL? Y'all are wild out here. Can I explain the Joyner Lucas Skepta beef? Yeah, it's pretty easy. Drake went on a stage. He was doing his little tour the other week, and he said that all the UK rappers are better than the US rappers. And of course, Joyner Lucas is one of those rappers that's always trying to rap. Like if it's about rap, he's there. Like that's his thing. So he was first out the window, like, "Yo, what's up? I'm from the US. That's slander. Let's not do this." And then Skepta came out. I think Skepta maybe came out before and was like, "Yes, it's true. We will slaughter all y'all. It is beans on toast raps. It is poke raps." And Joyner Lucas was offended. But Skepta was like, "I'm not trying to do it with Joyner. You're not really in my league." And so that's kind of how it started. But Joyner spit something at him. Then Skepta did actually come and rap against him. And he didn't really beat those allegations. It's going to take a lot more, I think. But yeah, it's just started off a Drake saying that the UK is better than the US.
All right. I had to switch cameras. I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. Yeah, it's whatever.
It's just a cam. You look how you regularly look.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough time to troubleshoot and figure out why it's doing that, so I just switch cameras. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yes, but yeah, that's pretty much it. UK versus US beef. It doesn't feel like it's too much of anything. Like even Joyner's raps were like, "All right, that's fun." You know, it wasn't like this is the end. You did this, Joyner. They're out of here. So just fun back and forth.
Yeah, I heard Joyner's second song, and it is what it is. It just feels like at this point, anytime anybody can get into some rap beef stuff, it's like whatever.
Now it's like, I don't want to say forced, but like it hasn't felt natural. It's like, yeah, let's do, like, it's like they're texting back and forth, like, let's make this beef happen. And it doesn't really need to be that. Just rap and make good raps. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I know the bare minimum about it, and it's just kind of like, yeah. I mean, we know Joyner can rap. Yeah. And there are a bunch of UK rappers that can rap, but
definitely
some of this is just like whatever. Like
I did see this one clip. Rory and Maul had Nick Grant on the podcast, and at one point he's responding. Somebody said nobody can rap with Jid, and Nick Grant responded, "Big Cap," on a tweet. So they were asking him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, like I like Jid, but like if it came to that, like it would be that." So I'd like to know from you, Philip Lindsey, who do you think, if Jid and Nick Grant went at it, would come out on top?
I mean, Nick is supposed to say that.
Yes, of course.
And Nick is also supposed to say that as somebody that isn't getting as much publicity as somebody like Jid.
Right.
And so your average rap fan doesn't know who Nick is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's supposed to be like, yeah, I can eat this guy's lunch. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all are only saying that because he's more popular than me. And the other point, personally, I think that Jid is a better rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that Nick is whack. Nick is great.
No.
Just, for me personally, I think that he's better, but that's subjective.
I'm on your side too. Like, I'm like, if it came to it, I think Jid would do it. But Nick Grant is a phenomenal rapper, and like you said, he has to say that in the space that he is, because he needs to have more fame and he needs to be in more ears. So I think that's the angle to take.
Yeah, Nick is kind of in that Wale space right now, where I do think people kind of have him fucked up a little bit. They don't mention him and the conversations that he should be in. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he has all the reasons to have a chip on his shoulder. And so yeah, absolutely you should say that. And even if he didn't have a chip on his shoulder like that, it's rap. He's bold to say I'm better than him.
And like Nick Grant's whole thing, like if you know Nick Grant and his discography, his whole thing is like, I'll get in the ring. Like it's rap. Like if it's rap, like nobody can touch me. He's always been on that. So of course he's going to say that. And where Jid is at this moment, like he's a great person to, if he were to get into something, that's like a great bar for him.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be a total slaughter. Like he would definitely come with some raps. Like he'd be in there.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Grant has dropped 2 good albums that I don't think people really pay enough attention to. I think Sunday Dinner was one of the best albums that year. And I think his current album is very good. But yeah, you know what it is. People are just going to put a whole bunch. I'm sure people are like, who even is this guy?
Yes.
Which is like exactly why he was saying that.
Exactly. Great comparison with the Wale thing, though. I think they fall into kind of the same category. Like they both can rap, but they both also do like the R&B style cuts. Like both super underrated rappers. Speaking of, the homie Joey announced that he's dropping a new one.
He said that while the beef with the West Coast was going on, I can't remember whose podcast it was on. It might have been Jeremy Heck. Shout out to Jeremy Heck. He does.
Shout out to Jeremy.
He does great content. I like his content. And then he's on the show with Elliot and DJ Head. And so I'm pretty sure when Jeremy interviewed him for Complex, he said that he was dropping an album. This is the first time we actually got the date. I believe it's in August, right?
Yeah, I think he said August 1st. Like it's coming up.
Yeah. Tyler is also dropping music. He put out a tweet or something that was teasing something that people thought it was for a video. Turns out he is putting out another album this year.
Wow, look at this. I finally finished the entire Clips album and I've listened to it like 5 or 6 times at this point. And POV with Tyler might be my favorite track. Like that, just like,
yeah, it
makes me feel a type of way when that beat hits. And like, I just love it.
Yeah, coming off that verse and how much people were praising that verse, that's where he started teasing that he's coming with the new album. The new album is called Don't Tap the Glass. Wow. He started promoting it on his tour as well.
Unbelievable. This guy, every album he comes out, it's like we have to put him in a different category, put him in a different space. Like he's becoming undeniable. Like he's becoming better than, like he's climbing higher than people I've had on my list for years. I'm like, no, Tyler is that guy. Like he is, you can't even say he's underrated at this point, because like people know he's just that guy.
Yeah. BL Dog is saying his new album needs to be better than Chroma, which I firmly disagree with. I think Chromacopia is a great album.
Great album.
I think it's different from everything else he makes.
Yeah.
It's very mature, Tyler. If you are a day one Tyler fan, it might not be your speed. I've been listening to She a lot. It's just been in my head, so I've been listening to it a lot. And that's one of those off of Goblin, but Goblin is such a different time period for him. He's matured so much as an artist. He couldn't even make that same music because people were trying to get him out of here. You can't get on and talk about some of this stuff or make some of the punchlines that he had on that album in 2025.
He couldn't have started the way that he did in this day. They would have, like, I mean, the shock thing would have worked, but it wouldn't have been the same as he does now. Yeah, I can't believe his transformation, like, through albums, and we watched it before our eyes. I remember when he first came out and the video where he eats the bug, and then they were on maybe Jimmy Fallon or one of those things. And I was like, these kids are nuts. Like, at the time, I didn't really get it. And then I listened to Earl rap and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. And then I started listening to Tyler and I was like, oh, I understand. Like, he was maturing before our eyes. And some of those were crazy. I'm a teenager, like I'm doing wild stuff. But a lot of it was like I'm growing as a young black man. And it feels like on the newest album, he was very inspired by Mr. Morale because it's like that. You know what I mean? Like that album inspired a lot of black artists to get into that bag, and I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a great album. I think it has some great features on there. The Doechii verse on there is still fire.
Hard.
I know people have tried to get Daniel Caesar out of here, but Daniel's, well, he did like a lot of the vocals on it. He also helped with the tour, and he sounds great on there. But you know, I get it. You know, these things are subjective, but personally, to me, I think Chromacopia is one of his better albums, and he's been on a stretch of great albums.
I'd put it up there, maybe top 3 at this point, but people probably think I'm crazy saying like it's a great album. Like, I think like when you can fully get him, and it's like artsy and all the things that he also presents on it, like how could you not? You know.
Yeah, he's been on a stretch from Flower Boy on where he's been killing it. Flower Boy, why am I drawing a blank on the album with Earthquake and everything on it?
I don't know why Icon is in my head. That's not what it's called. Igor.
Igor, that's right. Igor.
Icon in my head.
This album, I mean, the one where he did like the Gangsta Grills mixtape type album. That's also a great album, but to me, I think Chromacopia is a better album.
Me too. Like out of the stretch of those ones you named, I think Chromacopia maybe is better than all of those. To me,
Call Me If You Get Lost is the name of it.
Call Me If You Get Lost, yeah. Which is another great album. Like, we're comparing great albums to really great albums.
Yeah, but to me, it's Flower Boy, Igor. Flower Boy is one of the best hip hop albums that he's ever dropped.
Yeah, it's great, amazing album. I remember those times, and like. That's when the transformation, like you're saying, started. I was like, oh yeah, this guy can like really rap. It's not about bits.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's when he turned into an album artist, and like he started putting out great bodies of work.
Totally. Wolf though.
Wolf is a good album. I mean, Goblin is a good album. Cherry Bomb is a good album. He's got a great catalog.
He's got these guys kind of might have to think about it. That's like 7 or 8 like solid albums. People don't have 7 or 8 solid albums.
Yeah, still looking forward to this. Looking forward to more Tyler music because he's been killing it. Still kind of disappointed that I did not get a chance to see him. He was actually here on my birthday. I didn't get a chance. Right. He was at the United Center. But yeah, should be. I think there's somebody else that just announced an album that I'm drawing a blank on. But yeah, we're getting a lot of music. Oh well, the Jit album is coming out.
Yeah, that's coming out on the 8th, a week after the Joey album. It's about to be a busy ass summer, you guys. The clips, I didn't get to listen to the Raekwon album that just dropped. I heard some pretty good things about that. Like it's busy, man.
Yeah, this Drake album is coming out soon. Iceman,
Chuck Liddell.
I like the album. The song he put out. It's just the video is weird.
Super weird.
Video is very weird.
He's just became a meme now, and it's like he probably wanted that, but I don't.
when he gets into his emo, I don't have any friends bag, his petty bag, I feel like that's the best Drake.
Totally. That's like kind of what drives it. Cause like if you're reading this is too late, felt like those vibes of like I'm looking over my shoulder, like I don't really know who's my friend, and like that's my favorite Drake album, I think. And so when he's in that, like I got enemies, I got all these enemies, like when he's in that bag, it's like, all right, I see you.
Yeah, when he's in his back against the wall, I'm going against the entire industry bag. He be in his bag. Like, I mean, that's why I think like most of Family Matters. Family Matters is a good record. It just wasn't enough. wasn't enough.
The lawsuit thing is still looming. Like that's happening. We're in it. So it's like would you come out with an album if you were suing someone, Phil?
Yeah, I would not. Everybody that keeps trying to do this, well, why are y'all telling him to take a break? I'm like, because he's doing too much. Like you're doing a lawsuit thing, and then
he's doing too much.
And you've got it's just the energy around him. It's like, give us some time to miss you. You're doing too much, bro.
Please, man. Like there's a lot going on, and like album rollouts, you don't want it to be surrounded by that. Like the whole time we're thinking about the lawsuit, we're thinking about all these other things. We're not thinking about Iceman. We're thinking about I keep that the end of that stream where he's threatening the guy on the bike or whatever. I'm like, these are shenanigans, bro. This isn't what we want, I think.
Yeah, he's attached to a bunch of weirdos as well. This Aiden Roth clown and like all the rest of these. Like that Breakfast Club clip this week, I was like, yeah, maybe stop inviting these guys to your platform. That's okay. No need to hear from them.
All week I've been thinking, why was he up there though? Like, where are we in the space that guy got invited to do an interview? Like, what were they even asking him about?
Yeah, that's the album I was trying to think of, Mark. Freddie Gibbs, Alchemist, Alfredo 2.
Oh, right.
That's this Friday. Very excited for that. Big fan of the first Alfredo. And it's Uncle Al. He also was in the midst of some controversy about AI, but it's still Uncle Al, man. He's still gonna cook up some beats, bro.
He knew how to come back from that, because also on the announcement of Alfredo 2 was he announced a tour with DJ Premier. I'm like, he knew how to come back from that. But yeah, super duper excited about Alfredo 2. So funny, earlier this week there was a picture of Freddy, Alchemist, and Larry June. And the caption from Freddy was just, I hang out with rappers and we don't make music. And then they announced this album and Larry June is on the album. I was like, yeah, there was what like it was coming, Freddy. We understand. But yeah, the features are going to be fire. This is going to be he's another one, like kind of along with Tyler, of like his run of albums his albums are so good. Like he's more than just a great rapper. Like he has a string of amazing records, and this is going to be another one. He's on a run right now, so I'm expecting some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I feel like his last album kind of flew under the radar, and it's a very good album.
It is. Yeah, that the sample there's really good sample on the album.
He's got the anniversary sample on there.
Anniversary, yeah, that's the one.
He's got a Cupid sample on there that's also fire. Great album.
Him on those type of old R&B, just match made in heaven right there. Freddie Gibbs, what a guy. He's climbing the list too.
Yeah. Yeah. I see in our chat, Aiden Ross has been linked to Drake a few times because I guess like they have mutual friends. Aiden Ross also is like, I guess he's like one of those guys that came up as a streamer. I saw Kai had a clip about him. It's all out there on the webs.
Anytime that Drake has done like a stream, it's been like with that fool. Like he sucks. He's had segments where he's like, Drake's gonna be on Monday, and Drake will be on Monday with them. So it's like,
yeah, that guy sucks.
Awful, god awful. It's terrible. That's what I love about the Clips rollout of their album, because all the outlets that they did, they were on like the hip hop outlets and the places that they should be, you know?
Yeah.
Like they would have came on Grapsody if we could have like got a contact.
Well, I mean, they've been on legacy media, and then they've been on outlets that are just focusing on the music. They're not doing any antics. They're not doing any of these streams. So yeah.
See, like Phil, Reg, Malice, and Pusha would have been like that. Would have been a moment. Like I think they would have did it.
Yeah, still a very good album. I'm still digesting it, but yeah, very heavy start to the album. Intro is amazing, but very heavy subject matter. Yeah, and they performed it on Jimmy Fallon, which I was surprised. Out of all the songs on the album, they went with that one. But what a beautiful performance! They had the videos of their parents in the background on the big screens. Really dope.
Get me out of here. I don't, as an artist, like I would have probably ended the album with the cut, but like I understand wanting to address that right off the bat, you know?
Yes.
But damn, that shit is heavy, brother.
Yeah. We had more of a chance to just talk about random stuff this week because we don't have a week full of pay-per-views for 2 weeks. We don't have another wrestling pay-per-view until SummerSlam, I believe.
Wow.
But like for a few weeks, it was a pay-per-view every week. There were 2 and 3 shows throughout the week. There's a pay-per-view this weekend, Slamversary.
Oh, yeah. No disrespect. We don't want to disrespect like that. TNA is still very out here. People are very excited about it. So I'm excited about it too. But yeah, last week, Phil, was too much. Like they should never do wrestling weekends like that as wrestling fans that need to digest these things. Like it's too much. It's 4 shows, 4 gigantic shows on one weekend. It's too much.
Yeah. NXT, WWE, AEW, and Ring of Honor in the same week. It's a lot.
You guys, leave us alone. Like that's so much wrestling. Like I'm still like thinking like, oh yeah, that happened because it was so in there. Like the Bandito and Takeshita matches. Like I can't stop thinking about it. So 5 stars, 5.75 stars.
Yeah, the further we get away from the weekend, it might be the best match of that weekend.
Yeah. It's hard to deny it. Like that and the tag match, Bucks versus Swerve and Osprey is like neck and neck for like, I can't believe we saw that live.
Yeah, incredible match. Send us your super chats. That is the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
We always appreciate your support with the supers, the humpers, any chats, any love. Y'all are dope. Let's get into a few of those and we'll move forward. Ren Ronan Angel 143 says, magical weekend, watched a lot of wrestling, all love.
Yeah, it was a lot of great wrestling. I was very busy up to last minute. We ended up doing our podcast on Monday. You did not check that out. Our last episode was on a Monday, not a Saturday. July 14th is my dad's birthday. Just turned 69. He'll be big 7-0 next year.
Shout out to the pops. How was did you see him? Did you guys go to breakfast or something? Appreciate that, Runner.
No, he's very funny. He will call and talk my ear off any other day, but I called him to wish him a happy birthday, and he acted like he was too busy for me. He had some friends coming over, and like he was outside, so he acted like he didn't have time for me.
Of all the days, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna see you, bro.
Yeah, well, I talked to him for a minute. I just saw him this morning.
Hella funny. The big 6'9". This guy tried to race very recently. I keep remembering that story you were telling me. I'm like, what?
It's okay. You ain't gotta do that.
You don't have to do that. Your dad's wild. I instantly thought of another story. I'm like, this guy was turning 69 doing this stuff.
Very funny guy, man. He was complaining about Braun's podcast because he was saying certain stuff he said on there, and I was like, I don't listen to that. I ain't got no time for that.
What? It's just such a different time. Like, it's so cliche, but like, imagine if Jordan had a podcast when he was still playing. Like,
and on there saying things that internet fans say. Like, you're LeBron James. You're not supposed to be parroting things that people on the internet say. Like, what are you talking about?
What is this? You're the biggest basketball player in the world. Like that, number one. And you're out here memeing. What?
Yeah, don't get me started. He's got rabbit ears. It's very clear that he does.
Put your phone down, please.
Yeah, a lot of these guys do though. It's not just him.
Yeah, it's not. Because everybody, like, that's the move. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go talk on a podcast, and I'm not mad at it. Like Draymond be talking after the game. Like he go from we just lost to his mic, and I'm like, what? Yeah.
It's okay. We cover wrestling. A lot of wrestlers have rabbit ears as well. They look at all this stuff. They watch a lot of stuff.
all the time, Phil. I think, wait, you saw that? Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, yes, I saw that. I was listening. I'm like, oh shit. That's crazy. Orion Ben 666 says, think about going to war for Drake. UK loses points.
Yeah, look, it's a lot of people that's running around saying like, yo, I still fuck with Drake, which
a lot.
It's cool. I don't know why people act like, oh, you still fuck with Drake. It's like, I mean, it's your choice.
There's a number of them people that if he calls right now for something, a feature, where do I need to sign? When are you gonna send it?
Yeah.
Like, not a question. Mm-hmm. It's still Drake. Appreciate that. Chi-Town Spurs 9525 says Aragon Ballroom rules. Collision taping was a lot of fun and probably convinced my brother to get into CMLL. Going to the rest of the shows as it's 40-minute walk from my house. So easy getting home.
40-minute walk. That's not really close. That's a long walk.
Journey.
That's not that close. That's a long walk.
I mean, if you walk though, Phil, it's not that bad. But
I mean, I walk a lot, so it's not. Yeah. It's not that I'm saying you can't make that walk, but that ain't that close.
That's not like a close is like 15 minutes, like to me. But like you could do it, like if you're going for a good, not a good cause, but a fun cause. In this case, I totally feel you.
Yeah. But yeah, AEW was at Chicago's Aragon Ballroom, legendary Chicago venue in Uptown Chicago. Uptown.
Love the look of that.
Yeah, Uptown is the neighborhood. If you guys don't know, you're not from here. But yeah, I thought it was a great vibe. I'm still kind of on a high after All In weekend. I keep telling people like just the scale of All In Texas and just how fun Texas was. I was looking around like, man, they might have to run Texas back for another big show because that was a great time.
I totally understand why Texas gets so many shows and why wrestling in general is like, let's do a show in Texas. We don't need time, nothing, because Texas is going to pull up. Being in there and being in, I'm like, oh, I see why. Because like everybody's ready to go. They're like, let's do this. We're going to have this thing. We also have these great extracurriculars and barbecue. Like it's just, Texas is just a great place. Besides it being hot as fuck, it's still a great hub for pro wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that the venue itself was really nice in person. I haven't been to Aragon Ballroom in a long time. It's like right across from the Riviera, which is another legendary Chicago theater. Mm-hmm. It's still very nice inside. Of course, now everything is bought by a bank, so it's not just Aragon Ballroom. It's Byline Bank presents Aragon Ballroom. A lot of things in the city are like that. Like Comiskey, I will forever call it Comiskey, but now it's Guaranteed Rate Field because like all these big companies buy these things.
I hate it. The corporification of everything is so awful. But yeah, I love the visually wrestling still is when it could give me this kind of visual just makes me feel so good. I'll continue to say it. I thought this is how AEW was going to be from the beginning. Like they were going to take on these different venues. I didn't think they were going to be in these basketball arenas and all these crazy places. I thought they were going to be in these bigger venues that host bigger theaters and things like that, just because visually it's going to look totally different than all the other wrestling that's presented. And I thought this week it really focused on that, really gave like ECW vibes of being in like a different venue, different energy. Yeah. Being in Chicago enhanced it for sure.
Yeah. How did it look on TV? Because I haven't watched it on TV because I was there.
I thought it looked awesome. Like the whatever kind of vibe and aesthetic the thing presented really came off well on TV. It felt like there were people in so many different places and the energy was just kept up the whole time.
Yeah, of course they're discourse because they're discourse about everything now.
Always.
I thought it looked very good in person. I like the energy in the building. As somebody that has done big stadium shows, that's done small indie shows, that's done arenas. Stadium shows are not something I need to experience every week. Like a stadium show is cool, it's fun, but I felt like this was a nice palate cleanser after being in the stadium less than a week before that. And it's home. This is at the crib. And so like being able to just take the subway and go see a show in a very intimate setting. And because I'm from here, I see a lot of people I know all the time. I thought it was fun. I had a great time. I just can't get into this whole ticket sales and ratings thing. And I've been saying that for a long time. If you've listened to this podcast, I've consistently said that.
Legit since podcast 1, Phil has always been like, I don't care about ratings. None of that stuff moves me.
Yeah, I don't really care about that stuff. Now, I know some people do. We did have like when Jericho was champion, he was doing the demo guide stuff, and people were talking about demos and ratings in the first year. I understand why some people might have an interest in that stuff. I understand why people that work there would tout those things. Because I've seen people say, well, Tony cares about ratings. Of course he does. It's his company. He's a promoter. He should care. But I personally never have, which is hilarious because I didn't think that was a controversial thing to say.
It shouldn't be.
But I feel like what happens sometimes is I'll express an opinion or somebody will express an opinion, and then people will start arguing with a subsect of the fans that you don't fall into. Well, I know how, like, for example, when I said it, well, I know how Fightful people do. I'm like, I'm not Fightful. I'm not speaking on behalf of Fightful. I'm speaking on behalf of my personal taste and my personal interest. I know how AEW fans are. You guys
saw a lot of that. You guys been saying this for 6 years. It's like, what?
I'm not all AEW fans. Not all AEW fans feel the same way. And so when you generalize and try to lump us all in the same bucket and then start trying to argue with this figure in wrestling that I'm not, and then when I keep going, no, I've never cared about this. Well, yes, you did. How are you gonna tell me what I cared about? Like, what do you mean?
You've been saying this for 4 years. No, you haven't been saying that. I haven't been saying this for 4 years.
Like, it's so crazy. And so I just think people get into this whole argument with people about, well, it's not even people. People get into this argument with this figure on the internet that they think represents all fandom. And it just doesn't. To me, I think AEW should be doing things like residencies, and they should be doing something different than WWE because they're never going to be WWE. They're never going to outsell them in tickets. They're never going to book bigger venues. They should run their own race, and they should do things that are unique to their product. I've always felt that way.
And that's fine. I'm happy when AEW is actually the alternative. Like that's what I was talking about when I was saying I thought they were going to go to venues like this. When it's visually the same as WWE and it's not visually the same as WWE, people are going to instantly start associating with that. So if you're in venues, like if somebody turns on TNT or haps upon HBO Max and they turn the show on, they're not going to be like, oh, it's WWE. They're going to be like, what's this? It's different. It feels different. It looks different. It's in a different venue. And that's what's going to continue to separate AEW from WWE.
Exactly. And, you should do it in hubs for wrestling, like doing a residency in Philadelphia, which is a wrestling city, or Texas, which is a wrestling city, or Atlanta. That's what's going to help them to build up their core audience and service their audience better than they had been before. And the same thing here. Chicago is a wrestling town. So you're going to get a specific fan that comes to those shows. And to me, I would rather you do a great job of catering to your niche than attempting to reach everybody and doing it poorly.
Yep. They keep talking about the casuals thing. Like, gotta go for the casuals, gotta go for the casual. And it's like, no, sometimes just like figure out who your people are and keep catering to them. Chicago's gonna be hot for all of these shows, and they're gonna establish something, and it's gonna visually continue to look dope. Like, why wouldn't you go with that?
Yeah. And, it's just the energy from a Chicago crowd, especially a Chicago crowd that is there specifically for wrestling. It's just going to be different because that's, again, we're wrestling fans. They're hardcore wrestling fans here.
I keep thinking about Charlotte. I'm like, nah, Charlotte don't think that, though.
Man, like you're not going to be able to just come here and do specific things. Like they're going to, Now that crowd, if you show any fear, they're gonna eat you alive. But it's the same thing in Philadelphia. It's the same thing in certain cities. Like you can't.
Hot wrestling places are like that. New York is infamously known for being like that. That's what it is.
Smarky crowds are like that, and the Chicago crowd is a very smarky crowd.
Has been forever and will continue to be, and that's why we love them, and that's why AEW would take a residency there. And Chicago has such a rich history with the short amount of time that AEW's been around.
Exactly.
Like, it's pretty synonymous with the company at this point.
Absolutely. It is what it is. I also saw people that are like, well, you should capitalize on what you did in Texas and All In. How much do you want to capitalize on? This is my question. Because what exactly does that mean? Does that mean you should book shows as big every week? Well, you can't, because this is the biggest show of the year. You're not going to book the biggest show of the year every week. The thing that makes All In special is that it's the biggest show in the year. You're not going to continue to book big arenas every week after that.
People were responding to my thing, Phil, being like, oh, they need to do it like Raw after Mania. And I'm like, but it's not, this isn't.
But again, what do you want this to be? You want it to be an alternative or not? If you want it to be the Raw after Mania, you have the Raw after Mania. You have WrestleMania. This company is not going to do everything that WWE does successfully.
Right.
If you want that, you already have it. This is an alternative. You want it to be an alternative or not?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, well, that's not what AEW does. Like what this has to, somebody like, this is the most important Dynamite in history. After it's, I'm like, it's not, it doesn't have to be all of that, bro.
It doesn't have to be that. And when you set those expectations for it, you're going to be disappointed. And that's fine. I mean, again, people have their different opinions of what things should do and you know, what this company should do, what is success and what should validate them. But I mean, to me, like I said, are the shows fun? Do people enjoy going to the shows? Are people enjoying the shows and how they look on TV? That's it.
That's it.
You can book the biggest arenas in the country. If the show isn't good, it don't matter
at all. If there was 15,000 people there on Wednesday and the show was trash, those people wouldn't have cared. It doesn't matter how it's presented and who is presented in front of it. Is the show fun? Yes or no? And all the AEW fans after the show were like, that was a fun show. We like this.
Exactly. And that's just is what it is. I don't know. I think the other part about it is it's so funny because people do this thing on the internet where, oh, I know you from that podcast, so I know you. No, you don't. I get to tell you everything about you and what you actually care about, and you know, what are your core values. And the thing is this, I'll explain exactly, because I don't think I've ever done this. I don't think I've ever got on here and said exactly why I don't care about ratings. I worked in finance for 9 years. I worked around a business where that's all people talked about was money all day. I have never cared about that. I've told you guys several times on this podcast, I went to art school. And so I worked in finance as a day job, but I don't want to sit and talk about money and business
numbers
all day. Like, that sounds miserable. And I know some people are interested in it. I know some people are interested in the business side of wrestling. And I think that there are some people that are better equipped to talk about it. Like what Brandon Thurston does it, he's great.
Yes.
I think there are other people that they do a phenomenal job at doing that. For my personal taste of what I do as somebody that shares their opinion and writes a column, that's never been what I've been interested in. I'm a person that's interested and talking about what is my interpretation of storylines. What do I think of the matches? Am I enjoying the shows? That stuff matters to me more than business talk. I don't work for either of these companies, so I don't care about that side of it.
Only time you ever talk about that side of it is on this pod when you say you don't want to talk about it, or when people are trying to force it upon you on the internet.
And there's this other thing that I think is funny as well, because I saw somebody do this. Well, you did an article where you were talking about like what the momentum between companies. Momentum between companies isn't just business. It's perception. Perception isn't always related to business, because if I'm saying like for right now, perception wise, AEW is having a better year. That's just perception. Financially, business wise, WWE is still the industry leader. They're still making more money. They still have record gates. They're still putting out all of the numbers to let you know that they're still doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive. And that's why I don't want to get into people and comprehensions and how people don't attempt to comprehend what you're saying before they rebut it. It feels like it's the same thing when you're talking to somebody and they're just listening until you finish talking so they can respond to you. I feel like sometimes people don't really read what you're saying with the intent to understand it. They just reading it to say, I read it now, so now I can tell you you're wrong. No.
It's like, well, here's my opinion. I'm like, it's not I wasn't putting this out to get your opinion back in response. Like, that's not what the internet has convinced people that's how this all works, is like it's a call and response, and it's not call and response for everything.
No. And before we get into the show, I said this last part about it because I told this to somebody in Texas, and it was so funny because they saw it in real time, and I was like, oh, this is exactly what you're talking about. I was like, just because I write about wrestling or I have a podcast doesn't mean I want to be a sounding board for all of your bad opinions. You can just share your opinions on your timeline. I don't need to hear all of them. I don't care about them. So when you share your opinions with me and you think I'm going to then argue with you about them, let me tell you something. I don't care.
Don't care, brother.
I don't care. Like, it's cool to have conversations with people where we exchange, like, this is what I feel. I agree with this. I disagree with that. But that's not what people think. They think, oh, I get to come and shout my opinions at you online. I don't care. I don't care.
Like, you've been waiting to get this off point. Like, it's not. I'm not
get that off somewhere else.
Yeah, get it off somewhere else. I'm not gonna.
Just because
you hate Sean Ross Sapp and you're. Listen,
bro,
get out of my mentions, bro. I don't care,
bro. I promise you. I don't care that you don't like this outlet. I don't care that you don't like who's running it. It isn't my job as somebody that has a podcast that's affiliated with this outlet to defend everybody that works here. If you don't like that person, great. A lot of people don't like people. You ain't fucking special. Sorry.
A lot of people don't like me for some odd reason. So why would I be fighting for somebody else's stuff? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people do that. It's this phenomenon. And when I first started my account, when it was small and I could just have conversations with people, I used to try to talk to everybody that replied to me.
I remember that.
If you have wondered why I don't do it anymore, it's because people have ruined that for everyone. I can't.
Yeah, it's impossible. I can't. Yeah,
I can't. And there's people that want to be able to talk to me any kind of way, and I'm just supposed to be like, okay, that's fine. I can't ever lose my temper. I can't ever be like, don't do that or leave me alone or block them. Oh, if you block me, you're gotten to. Or maybe I don't want to listen to you talk to me crazy. It's okay.
I got him. I'm on your Instagram now trying to leave
me alone. Leave me alone.
No, that's it. I'm leaving for a reason. I'm not leaving because I want to continue this. Like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Buddy, again, this is a theme. I've said it before.
Spitting.
If this wasn't a thing, if there was no Bleacher Report, if there was no Grapsody podcast, my Twitter account would have been gone a long time ago.
So long ago.
Because I just don't care for how people talk on there. It's just very weird to me. But I digress. AEW Dynamite at Aragon Ballroom. I thought it was a good time. I thought it was a great follow-up in terms of the stories they brought. The other controversy coming out of this is people were very upset for some reason that Hangman was here and he had a match, and that Mox was here and he had a match. That personally didn't bother me, but I think as a follow-up and having come up for Mox on this show to show that he was affected by not just losing the belt, but the manner in which that he lost the match at All In. I think that's stuff that we needed to see on TV. And this is again where I say we're so used to one company doing things one specific way. So everybody has to do the same thing, where once the world champion loses, then he has to disappear from TV then reappear weeks later. No, you don't have to do that. You can do something else. There's a different approach to storytelling. Everybody don't have to do the same thing.
It's fucking Roman syndrome again. Now everybody thinks you lost, you should be gone for 3 months and then come back and the big surprise. No, Mox is going to be back. He's shown us for so long. We've lived this whole Mox needs to go on vacation. Mox needs to go on vacation. This man do not want to go on vacation. He don't want to leave. He loves this shit, and all he ever wants to do is fight. And Hangman told us in every promo coming into this championship match that he was going to be a fighting champion, that you were going to see that belt every fucking week. And so I was like, why are people mad about this?
Yeah, people were very upset about that for some reason. But Hangman opened the show. I thought that they did a great job in the lead up to All In of having him open the show. And so this felt like normal now. It felt normal for him to open the show. He feels like the logical face of this brand, the first person you see when you turn on Dynamite. And now he has the championship. So it's validated. And I love that about it. I love this. I love this promo. I love that he continues to say that I very proudly wear this belt and I'm proud to be the champion of this company and what this company represents. I love that because it should be that way. It shouldn't be somebody that like reluctantly is holding this belt, or it's like, hey, here's the belt over here in this bag and you'll never see it again.
You brought up a great point on our Monday podcast about because people were saying that the Death Rider stuff was 100% success and we really knocked it out of the park. This whole thing was worth it. But like seeing that championship on Hangman and how great it looked, it really did hammer home how that having it in a briefcase, it sucked. But like seeing Hangman with it now, I'm like, okay, that dumb thing did kind of work in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I think it was successful. I think for all the complaints that we had about the Death Rider storyline, I think in the end, that heel run for Mox was successful. Yeah. And I honestly came away from it respecting Mox a lot more.
Me too.
And I just watching how he moves and just watching how much this guy cares about wrestling. Again, you can have your complaints about the storyline and certain things he did as champion, but it is very undeniable that he cares about wrestling and he cares about this company.
This man loves him some pro wrestling. You know, like on the outside looking in and in hindsight being like, damn, this guy was so dedicated to the story and so dedicated to making the Death Riders into something. We saw that the Marina interview from this week, Phil, where she got into essentially that she went to Mox and they kind of collaborated together on this amazing thing. And knowing how such an important role Marina played to the whole, to everything and how it was executed, even more respect for Mox. You know what I mean? To know like he's a top guy in this company and he could do anything in the world with this time, but he dedicated to that. It's like, this is a guy, he just loves wrestling.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen all of that interview, but that's on Soraya's podcast. I've heard great things about the interview. I've seen some of the clips. That story about her being assaulted by a coworker is insane. I cannot believe this is just now coming up. I guess the coworker she's talking about is no longer with the company, but
okay,
that's wild.
Yeah, when I heard that story, I read about it first and I was like, wait, what's happening? And so I saw the clip and I was like, wait, what? Like, it sounds insane. Like she was in the gym and some coworker started mocking her and pressing her and she felt super uncomfortable. And essentially she just had to ignore it and get back to work or some shit. And I was like, this sounds crazy as hell. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever heard of this and I don't know what the hell was happening.
Yes. We also got a great payoff to Young Bucks stuff. I think that the stuff that they interlaced throughout the show was great. The backstage stuff they filmed was very funny. Them coming out and their video didn't work correctly. They didn't have their pyro. Nobody is listening to them. All the people that were hanger-ons and friends before, they don't want anything to do with that. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, them pulling up in an Uber and being embarrassed in the locker room and them having to eat crow after all the horrendous things they've done as EVPs. Great payoff. The video entrance.
Stop filming this. Stop filming this. Get away from us.
So good, man. Just like another payoff to a long-term story. I hate even saying that I didn't even know was really kind of building. You know what I mean? Like, who knew that they were going to have to, you know, pay for the things that they did, and them walking by like Marina and getting ignored and all these people that they used to be friends with. It's just a really great thing to their story.
Yes. And I felt very vindicated again being in this crowd during the 6-man match later in the night. And you can see that the babyface turn is going to work. It's happening. There was a lot of Young Bucks chants in the arena in Chicago. And this is why I kept saying after the Punk stuff, just move on, just do the story stuff, and the fans will move on. If you keep drawing attention to it, then the fans are going to chant his name. And I saw people say there was no Punk chance derailing it. You know why? Because the show was good. Nobody's going to do the CM Punk chants unless they're A, bored, or you draw attention to it. So don't reference him on the show anymore and move on.
Phil was making this point for so long that they just need to get over it. And he kept saying, Chicago loves the Young Bucks. It's not about that. If they would just chill on that, we'd be right back in. And we saw it on Wednesday. They're right back in.
Exactly. I've never felt like Chicago as a whole doesn't like the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the show that was the spiritual birthplace of this company happened in Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
So Chicago doesn't hate these guys. It's just when you give them a reason to chant for that guy, then they're gonna do it. It's wrestling fans.
Yeah.
No.
If you give them a door, they're going to definitely be into that. But yeah, it's just feeling like the thing that we've been going for so long on this podcast, Phil. The tassels are on their way, baby. Like the box is slowly being dusted off. Seeing them this week being like, man, all these things don't work, but also there's a little bit of sympathy for us. Like the tassels are on their way, baby. I can't wait.
Yeah, do storylines and do things that the fans are invested in, and they'll be here for it.
Right.
It's not that hard. And I thought everything that they did on Wednesday was great. I thought the 6-man was great. Again, these all-star tag matches still hit. Go figure. There's still a lot of fun.
Every single time, just get them out there, let them go balls to the wall, put the Young Bucks out there, make it feel like PWG is going to hit on every angle. And again, I don't want to keep harping on this. Chicago loves this shit. They love them some fucking spot foo like me. They love fucking lucha. They love this shit.
Yes. Having Bandito here, and Bandito has done a bunch of shows here with other promotions. He's another one of those guys that was on the All In card. He was in that big main event with them, which was also a big all-star tag match. I said this in our I said this in our group chat, but every time I think about that match, I think about Rey Mysterio's New Japan theme song that played for him when he came out. That's my favorite Rey Mysterio theme, personally.
Like that match is crazy. The sprint, they go like 9 minutes and they do every move you've ever seen in your entire life. But thinking like there's a world where Rey Mysterio could have been a part of all of this is insane. It never was going to happen because Dominic was destined for where he was going to be and Rey had to be there. But there is a world where Rey Jr. could have existed for a lot of this.
Yes, that's wild to think about. It's also wild to think about all 6 of the guys. All 5 of the guys in that match ended up being in AEW, of course. And now, like, half of them are over there. Half of them are in WWE.
Yeah. I never thought that would be a thing. Like, oh, then these guys are going to go over there. What a crazy space to exist in. But yeah, this guy Bandito, I don't know what water he's been drinking. I don't know what gym he's been at, but this guy's a gigantic star. And every moment he's had, it's crazy. Like he's wrestling like he's on a different stratosphere than everybody else. He's in the ring with like the best wrestlers in the world. And he's like, no, I'm better than all you guys.
Yes. The opening match right after the Hangman promo was, of course, Mascara Dorado taking on Protostar Cal Fletcher. Cal came out with some new music. Wasn't that big of a fan of it, to be honest. I was like, "Where's the Aussie?" But Cal still looks like $1 million. He still wrestles very well. It's like, yeah, this guy is next up. It's coming. It's inevitable. I understand why you couldn't put the TNT title on him at All In with all things considered, but it's only a matter of time. I thought the promo that he cut for the exclusive afterwards was really good, and it made the point of, no, I still want to be champion. that was supposed to be the biggest night of my career. I brought my mother. She was in the crowd, and she left that show disappointed. And I ended up being angrier than I've ever been. And I'm going to take that out on everybody I wrestle. I love that.
Yeah, the way that he's kind of holding that on his shoulders, the biggest moment of his career. We talked to him, if you haven't seen, on the Grapsody YouTube page, and he was the most ready I've ever seen for a wrestler. So to know that he didn't do that and so cut that promo and have those feelings out there, I thought was great. I thought this was, with the residency and it being in Chicago and them starting with this match, I was like, oh, we're lit. Like, if this is going to be the vibe, this is going to be the energy. Like we talked about, Kyle Fletcher has the Chicago connection now. He's kind of making that his American hub. And then Mascara Dorada is fucking phenomenal. And to have these guys just go out there and have this lucha mixed with Kyle Fletcher, the things that he does, I thought it was a great way to start the show.
Yeah, and when we talked to him in an interview, I asked him about doing the residency in Chicago because he lives in Chicago. And so having the residency here and then he was in the first match just made all sense in the world.
And he is, like you said, this guy is so ready for this. Like, we're supposed to be seeing this. This is supposed to be the TNT champion here, Kyle Fletcher. But, you know, unfortunate situations and things happened, and he's going to get back to that. But that's going to be, like, I'm not going to say a stepping stone. Like, this guy's going to be world champion, like, very soon. The way that he's working, the way that he's moving, he's already undeniable, and he's not going to let any moment pass at this point.
For sure. When I saw the venue and everything, I was like, oh, this is tailor-made for Timeless Toni Storm to come in and do everything that she does best. And so when they did her entrance for her promo and then she was up on the balcony, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I didn't see it on TV, so I only saw it from the arena, and watching her cut the promo from the balcony was really good. But then when I saw the clip on YouTube and it was in black and white and the camera was behind her, I was like, oh, this is fire.
Yeah, no, it looks like this venue, there's like, we're doing a venue just for Toni Storm. All the things that she does are going to look visually amazing. She's on an insane run. The promos they feel second nature to her, but they're so good. Like, she's the best. She might be like the best promo in the whole company, of just like, I need to get a point across. I don't even have a lot of time, but you're going to remember everything that I say and do here.
Yes. I said it when we reviewed All In, but the thing that I love about this character is she went from this character that had done it all, had been to Japan, had been to WWE, and didn't know where she still fit into wrestling, being like this starlet that is a star, but, you know, doesn't know where I still fit in. And ever since the Mariah program, and just revitalizing her and going away and finding herself again after she lost to Mariah, she's come back every week more and more confident. The entrances get even more bigger. The promos are even more confident, and it's even more bravado. And I just love that small note of the character that we've seen the progression from day one all the way up to this.
That's wrestling characters always feel better when you feel like you went through the journey. It just... Yeah. That's why this is hitting so hard, and AEW fans really love that. If they feel like we saw you come from the bottom and we were there for all the big moments, that's going to hit even harder. Like this Toni Storm run, I don't even know where it ends. Like this train is going so hard and so fast. Like, who could ever stop this?
I still think there's a good chance that Megan Bayne could be the one to beat her.
My cousin just sent our YouTube short to the group chat and was like, hey, this is cool, of us talking to Toni Storm and being like, who do you guys think is a threat? And I'm like, Megan Bayne. And she's like, oh, you might be onto something. Megan Bayne is coming to get that championship. She don't care about nothing. She don't care about nothing we said. Like, she's coming to destroy and get that belt.
Very funny. If you have not watched our interview with Toni on our YouTube channel, you can't check that out, but the line afterward is just so funny. Yeah, Megan Bayne, the Megan Bayne of my existence.
She's amazing, dude. She's just as great as you would think she is. But yeah, the Aragon Ballroom is made for her. She's about to make magic for the next couple weeks there.
Yes, I was glad that we got an immediate follow-up with Athena. It wasn't just like, okay, well, she's probably going to go away to Ring of Honor and then she'll come back with the contract. Nope, she was on Dynamite the very next episode. I thought the way they used her was perfect as well. Based on the Collision spoilers, seems like we're going to get more of that coming up. So, yeah, very excited about a potential program between Tony and Athena.
Yeah, that was the biggest sigh of relief that I had seen, because she kind of teased in the press conference that she was going to let it breathe. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean she's going to wait and Ring of Honor do this thing? But no, her showing up immediately and being like, it's up, Toni Storm. Her and Billy Starks teased a date. Like, she wrote down a date. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is, but I'm very intrigued by it. They're getting right to it. They're going to do a match with Tony and Billy Starks. So, like, this feels great. We just been waiting for Athena be featured on TV for so long that I'm just so excited about it. Get her in the mix, start locking her up with all the people, and let's get to it.
Yeah. What if the date was World's End? I mean, famously, World's End is where MJF lost his title, and I wouldn't be surprised if they hold this out for the rest of the year.
I could definitely see her doing that, but that's a lot of time to fill. Like, I'm interested to see how they have Athena on the roster with the rest of the women's division, because you know how they feel about wins and losses and things of people that are guaranteed matches and titles around here. So Athena has a record, as we know, of Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. So, like, how is she going to work on the main roster?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're also not sure how Mercedes will figure into things. Tony referenced Mercedes in her promo and said, look, if you want another match, this buffet is still wide open. Rematch is always available. So I don't know. Do we get another Mercedes match before the end of the year?
I don't know, because I thought with the 4-way women's match that came later in the show, that all those women are contenders for Mercedes, and like that could be like she got a lot to do on the TBS side. So I don't know how quickly they're going to get back to the Tony stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, the 4-way was also really good. It just shows that they've done a great job to build up those 4 women. And the fact that you have so many women that are in a place where they're kind of, I don't want to say in a holding pattern, but they're ready to move forward. They're ready for another push. That's why I feel like they got to figure out what they're going to do with the TBS title soon, because all 4 of those women are people that could be in contention for that belt.
Yep, like they should be like that match should be for contention for that, and should be having that as the prize here. Those 4 women locked into 2 kind of separate things. Of Willow and Stat are locked into a thing. Tekla and Aminata are locked into this brutal feud. I think is really dope to play off of. I thought the reception for Aminata and Tekla at All In was very telling of how much this stuff is working, and people keep talking about these all-star tags and what they mean to the company, and the fans in AEW really like these, and they're getting behind them. Again, this match showed that they're really behind this Tekla and Aminata feud and want to see more. They're bloodthirsty for it. And then Willow and Stat are destined, I feel, for AEW Women's Tag Team Championships, but they're just slowly getting to it, and I love it.
Yes, I do think the end goal is they're going to end up teaming up again. It just makes too much sense. And with everything they did in the match to set up that Julia and Sky Blue are still a team, and they're now teaming up with Tekla. Just makes sense.
Spooky girls.
Queen Aminata needs some friends, very clearly, because yeah. But I feel like this is leading to Queen Aminata and Statlander and Willow going against that trio.
Oh, I love it. I love everything about it. I'm like, man, that's going to be them having mini feuds, because essentially we're getting like 2, 3, 4 feuds all mixed into this. I think that's the best part about it, because we're getting more women to be displayed on these shows, you know?
Yes. But yeah, it shows from the reaction that people are very much into Amanada and Tekla as a feud. Every time they cross paths, it's on site. So it's working. Big Money Tex won the match. I died laughing at the end when she was standing in between Sky Blue and Julia, and she's just like, "What? I won this!" Like, and then immediately did her like spider crab walk thing. I was like, "It hits, man!" And the entrance is fire. To see the entrance in person, I thought it was fire.
Her trajectory has been amazing in AEW. She don't do no promo. She don't talk. She don't do nothing. She just get in the ring, she fight, and then she leaves. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Really big fan of it so far. As I said, people were upset that we got Mox here, but I love the way that Mox played up the effects of the match. He kept running away. The crowd very much kept chanting at him, "You tapped out" throughout the night, and he just act like none of that mattered. I love that both he and Hangman were limping and showing the effects of the match. It wasn't like they just showed up and they were fine. Because that's the way it should be. They shouldn't just show up and be able to wrestle after a hardcore match and not have any effects of the match on them.
Yeah, that's what selling is for all those people that make their little sells and bumps videos on the internet. Yeah, when you're still selling the effects of the match days later, because that was a hardcore match. They had all the plunder and crazy things you could have, so you have to still show those effects. But I do love the fact that they both were here, because it's like, also though, we both still love wrestling and we both still want to fight a little bit more. It wasn't all that given up. Seeing Mark Briscoe again in a high profile match like this, he cut a great promo earlier in the night, still trying to get at Max, and just the way that he's been moving and wrestling and his style with mixed in with like the main event guys, I think it just fits in so well.
Yes. But yeah, I love what they're doing with Mox so far. The fact that Mox is still like, no, I'm still leading by example, so I'll be here on Monday. But also, he's clearly shook by everything that happened. As soon as he saw Darby in the rafters, he was just like, he saw a ghost, like, Darby Allin, what are you doing here?
There were a lot of people in the watch along chat thinking that the Death Riders are going to turn on Mox.
Maybe eventually. I do think that's a story you could eventually tell, because yeah, it's dog eat dog. Like, once you can no longer lead us and once you're showing signs of weakness, you got to go, because that's what happened to Brian.
I didn't even think about that aspect. Oh no, damn, it might be. Yeah, it's a really good story to tell, because Mox is like, yo, it's time to get you out of here. But Mox doesn't feel like that, but the way that he was working in the match, kind of showing that he does have weakness, could be pretty bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, in the match itself, once he got strung up by that chain, he was terrified. And this entire time, he has showed no fear, and he's been telling everybody, like, if you got fear, you got to go. And so all of the guys now are like, wait a minute. You scared of Hangman?
You scared, I think he's scared. Damn. And Hangman showing that he can lead the company too. They're probably looking like, well, you said this guy couldn't do it, and he's doing it. Good story. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, but biggest thing of the night, and I was sitting there like, this is for me. This is definitely for me. Kazuchika Okada came out to taunt again after he won the Unified Championship at All In with the well-dressed hot dog, Don Callis, by his side. And Don got a lot of heat. Not close to Stokely. Stokely got booed out of the building, buddy. That was crazy.
Y'all hated Stokely. I was like, that Chicago dude not like Stokely.
They booed that guy out of the building. But Don came out, got his heat with Kazuchika Okada. Okada came out to new music that at first, when the coin dropped and the music was different, I was like, well, hold on. Wait a minute. Why would they change his name? And then the more I was like, well, hold on, though. Might be all right. I really like the new theme.
It's a shock just because we've heard the Okada theme for so long, but I think it kind of hits.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. He came down, squashed some poor guy, and then he immediately got on the microphone and was like, Swerve, this is on you. Stay out of my business. What are you doing involved in this? It's your fault that the EVPs are gone. And Swerve didn't care about none of that. He wanted all the smoke. Immediately came out in a sparkly suit with Nana by his side. The crowd loved this guy. Listen, I know I've said this more than once. I said it last week. This guy's a big star, man. I mean, walking in and in the hallways, you could already hear people doing Who's House, Swerve House chants. And then once he came out, he just felt like a big deal. And then the stare down. I've wanted this match for a long time, first of all. But having to stare down in Chicago, and I'm like a few feet away from this thing, I was like, let's go. We're here. Get this match on TV. And this is why I've been saying for the longest, it doesn't hurt this company to have two main belts, because you can do two big storylines like this and a guy like Swerve, who should be in a title picture. Now he's in a title picture in a match with a guy of the stature of Okada. This is why it helps to have two main belts, guys.
Yep, loved every single bit of this. First of all, there are no woos to start AEW shows anymore. If you haven't been to a live AEW shows, woos were still a thing. People were doing LA Night yes and shit. Like now when you get to the venue, it's Who's House, Swerve's House. Everybody's trying to get theirs off. People are trying to start it. Like that's what the show is now. Swerve's House. Like that's the vibe around here. And so they have the match. Okada squashes the guy. I don't know what I was expecting him to say on the mic, Phil, but I was not expecting him to be like, Swerve, what's up? It's beef. And I was like, yes, immediately. Because I was
very excited.
When they announced the when Ospreay was doing the if we lose, we're done for a year and all this, I was all, well, they could mean just the AEW World Championship, because there's going to be another world title that these guys could go for if needed be. And so for them to win the match, but then immediately Okada to be like, Swerve, what's up? This is all your fault. And Swerve walking in and being like, what you gonna do about it? I was like, all right, we fucking lit. Like this is like you don't need to say nothing else. What you gonna do about it, bitch? Drove this all the way home. These guys having an extended feud with a match that gets to be longer than 20 minutes, with the match that's gonna be for a world championship, cannot fucking wait, brother.
Yes. And this is, again, when you have two main titles and one of the biggest heels in the company has that belt, he's going to call out the top babyface.
Mm-hmm.
The top babyfaces, 1A and 1B, are Hangman and Swerve. So if he's calling out anybody, the second he wins that belt, it should be Swerve. That just is the logical conclusion to this. And I love it as a follow-up from All In, because, yeah, he's been saying all this time, like, I'm just trying to get done with this EVP stuff and get these guys out of the way so I can get back to winning championship goals. So, yeah, after you finish this, after the stipulation is done and you can challenge for a belt, this is it. This is where you should be. I mean, the Hangman match is going to come eventually, but as of right now, this is the biggest match available.
That's what I was going to say. This does distract us away from Hangman a little bit too, because you don't immediately think like, oh, this fool needs to fight Swerve because they have some unfinished business. Like they definitely have unfinished business, and we're definitely going to get into that. But to have this like on the way up, I think it's great for everybody, especially with the news we got that Ospreay is going to be out for an extended amount of time. Nobody even really knows for how long he's going to be out. I think this is the perfect follow-up for Swerve and what they were doing.
Yeah. Very
and
excited.
Kenny's going to be out too. So like, this is just perfect.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, where's Ospreay? Where's Omega? Well, Ospreay, the report is he's going to take some time off because he's being taken out in the main event, and he's dealing with some injuries. Omega's going to take some time off as well for a while. And so you need somebody to take on Okada. But the thing is, we've seen that. We've seen Ospreay take on Okada. We have not seen this matchup yet. And so to already start building to this immediately after All in Texas, I thought that was a phenomenal follow-up. And then I believe Joe's taking time off as well.
Yeah. He was taken out. His angle being taken out too is a real thing. So like we're losing some heavy hitters also, right now. But then also that means we get to see the people that are in the company now step up. We get to see Kyle Fletcher go into this. We get to see more AR Foxes. We get to see more people like that showcased on TV.
Yes. You also got to see the follow-up of the Nick Wayne stuff. I thought his backstage promo was very good. The Copeland stuff also worked. It was more talky stuff, but I thought it worked because, again, you got incredible heat on Stokely. All of his bodyguards just completely abandoned him. Kevin Q saying on Twitter, "Sorry guys, I'm a bad I'm a bad bodyguard." Very funny stuff.
Was it? It felt a little long on TV. How did it? It didn't feel like that in the building. Like you thought that when Stokely came in, it kind of saved the whole thing.
I think it worked. I think it worked because we got so many other good matches on the show. I wish that there was a little bit more action, but being in the arena and seeing, all right, you're doing a residency, so you're not going to come out like this is just a one-off and then you're heading to another city. You're going to be in the city for 3 weeks. You got 6 shows, so you want to progressively over the 3 weeks build up to the big matches. You don't want to completely blow your load on the first match. The first show.
No, that does make sense. You want to kind of establish what this whole thing's going to be. We needed to see Cope on the show because he needed to address the things that happened on All In. So I thought this was great. And him spearing Stokely got a gigantic pop, of course, because Stokely had a lot of heat out there. And I think this brings more heat onto the feud and Stokely a part of it too. I'm sure that was a big moment for him, being in the ring with Cope and taking a spear. That's bucket list for some of these people.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. People doing there, but Mama Wayne, though, you see Mama Wayne? All right, we see her. It's okay. We see her.
Yeah, I saw her, you guys. I saw her. You guys, yes, get your minds out of the gutter. But yeah, this is again making Nick Wayne look great. I thought that he really looked in his element on that promo, and he's ready for the spotlight. The matriarchy is what they are now.
All right, it works.
I like it. I'm into it.
I like it. I like Nick Wayne's confidence. I like that Nick Wayne has grown as a character. I've been saying he's one of the most improved wrestlers so far because he's getting more screen time and just having the time to go to Japan and take part in the Best of Super Juniors. That's helped him. But this is the stuff that's gonna continue to move him forward, is the character development and giving him time to cut promos.
Yeah, his confidence is on another level. And I think because he's always been a great wrestler, like he's been going for 3 or 4 years and he just gets it. But like adding this confidence and adding this heel persona to him has really upped his game. And I'm excited to see what happens moving forward because there's a division of wrestlers in AEW that we're going to need to find spaces for. And he fills a good role. He could start being in the TNT title picture like immediately and it'll work.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a blast. I think the main event was good. I wish that the main event had more of a stinger to it. I know we got the Darby stuff, but I wish it ended on a better cliffhanger. But overall, I really enjoyed it.
I like that Mox is just back there looking like a badass, and Mox is doing the like he's seen a ghost thing. But like it needed, like you said, another like kind of stamp on it to really do it. But I mean, as a whole, and what the vibe we're gonna get for the rest of these 6 shows, I think that was a good, kind of appetizer.
Yeah. Would you be upset if they run Hangman Mox again?
I don't know if upset is the word, but I don't know because you got to get Darby in this, and you can't go do Hangman and Darby right now. That doesn't that doesn't work here. You maybe want to get, just because of how long the Mox reign was and what he did, maybe one more match. I don't think I'd be mad at it.
Yeah, I know some people are already saying like, why would they do that match again? Because typically a death match is the end of the feud. That's there's nowhere to go from there. I wouldn't be upset, but you have to figure out a way to make the second match mean something if you're going to do one. So it depends on how they execute it.
They did everything in that. Like that was like, what do you do after that? After dropping a full on a bed of nails and hanging him from the thing. But I mean, AEW has followed up with some crazy stuff. I mean, do we still need to play off like a big 5-on or whatever Death Riders type deal, or is that?
Yeah, I think you do.
No, man. I don't think so either. But yeah, I think Mox could maybe get one more on the way out. Because, like, what's happening? What's next? Forbidden Door?
Yes.
And, like, what do you do with Hangman at Forbidden Door? I mean, there's a bunch of things that you can do with them. But, I mean, like, do you continue this stuff or do you try to get something?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his big match will be at Forbidden Door. I'm curious on that one now. Everything I thought going into Forbidden Door has been flipped on its head.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I thought maybe we were going to get Ospreay versus Goto. Goto is no longer champion. Ospreay's taking some time off. So I don't know. I don't know that Ospreay will be back by Forbidden Door.
It's not sounding like it.
I don't know. So I don't know who Zack Sabre is wrestling. I know who I would like for it to be. I don't know if that is feasible at this moment, though.
You thinking who I'm thinking?
Certain guy that likes to yell yes. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's the move.
I don't think so either.
I laid out somebody because my editor at Bleacher Report asked me to write what is my dream storyline for him once he inevitably comes back. Because I feel like this guy keeps telling us, like, I'm not retired, guys. I'm just not a full-time wrestler anymore. I'm a free agent, but I still want to wrestle. And so
the last month and a half, what he's doing, he playing.
Yeah. My dream scenario is him coming back and taking part in another Continental Classic. Because to me, the Continental Classic is kind of synonymous with him. The first one, he was part of the announcement for it. He was the first participant announced for it. And it was kind of their way of going, here, come over here and do our tournament. Don't go over to Japan and do that big grueling G1. It's okay. We got it at home. You don't have to go over there. It's fine. So I feel like he's got to do one more Continental Classic. And the guy that has not competed in a Continental Classic yet is Kenneth Omega. When Kenneth does finally win this unified belt, those guys on a trajectory towards each other for the rematch we've been asking for the longest at the end of the Continental Classic. That's how I want this to go. Kenny versus Bryan at the end of the Continental Classic is the move, in my opinion.
That just sounds insane. I'm all in. We definitely need, because Kenny's definitely gonna get that belt. Like, Okada's not gonna. This is gonna be the end of that.
Will be a rematch.
He's coming for that belt for sure. Bryan Danielson, I don't know what you're doing, brother. You keep doing you had the spot at All In. You did the shit at Arena Mexico. You were on a random ROH show. Like, I see what you're doing, and I'm into it. But yeah, I think if like we only get a couple matches a year, then them Continental Classic matches will definitely count for that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I don't know when that will be feasible because both of these guys are not quite ready to wrestle yet, but yeah, that's the one for me, because I've been waiting for that match again since Grand Slam, since we got the time limit draw.
Yeah,
that's the match I want to see.
That wasn't enough for me. Amazing match, but I was like, when's the next one?
Yeah, you can do the Continental Classic, build towards that, and that could be the finals for the Continental Classic at World's End. That's the move for me.
But back to Zach, who could his Forbidden Door match be realistically? Darby?
What's Nigel done?
I mean, that would be sick. That's still looming. We want it. It could happen.
In London, yeah. I mean, I'd be here for that.
Oh yeah, because damn, Will's gonna miss fucking Forbidden Door London. He can't.
He might, but I mean, he'll be fine. All In will be back in London next year. There's no shortage of big shows for him to take part in.
That's true. Keep forgetting about that. I'm like, man, thinking about the weekend that Will Ospreay had in Texas, I'm like, good on him.
I mean, it was outside, man.
Brother was
he was outside. I seen him a few times.
I was like, oh damn, Will Ospreay's here like a number of times. Bro,
I kept thinking of LL Cool J on the soundtrack of Deep Blue. Every time I saw that white cap, I'm like, had it's like a shark fin. There he is. I see him.
That was like a shark fin too, because he just pressed into the crowd. I'm like, Will Ospreay is, I swear, every time I just look around, I'm like, damn, Will Ospreay is here, like just grooving or doing something. Like, man, damn. I mean, he went hard. If he's gonna, whatever amount of time he's gonna be in, he's still gonna be in Wrestler of the Year, no matter what. They got a 5.5 stars on their match. What a way to go out! Like, how are you down bad and broken up and your body's fucked up and you still do that match? I just don't.
I don't know.
Superhumans.
Yeah. I hope that we see the IWGP women's belt defended this year, Forbidden Door.
Me too.
Sari has that belt. There's so many options there. Yeah, I would love to see that.
We got Athena on the main roster now. Shit, like there's a number of super talented ladies that would be first in line. They probably won't go back to Mercedes, right?
No. Yeah, but I am curious how Stardom will play into Forbidden Door this year.
Mm-hmm. The build up for this one's going to be so like the vibes already feel so different than the previous years. These injuries and people being out is going to play kind of a role because like Kenny also, like I didn't even like Kenny's on the table, right?
He hasn't taken part in the Forbidden Door yet, which sounds crazy.
What? That don't even sound right. Like we got to get Kenny in there against somebody.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure Gabe Kidd's going to play a big role too this year.
Big Gabe. Mm-hmm. We'll get into some Gabe talk for the G1 in a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, send us your super chats.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know how you enjoyed AEW Dynamite at Aragon Ballroom or whatever opinions. Send us those super chats. That's the best way to get them read on this podcast. You can also send us your Humper chats at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Yes, sir. Let's get into a few more of these super chats. The homie Hell's Cowboy 666 says, can y'all believe the feds wants us to buy into Cena actually participating in a down and out street fight with his old ass body? It's gonna suck. No, I think that's the point is his body's old and beat up. So you need plunder and you need something to distract us from that. You know how this is how they mask those things.
Yeah. I think they did a good job of getting us to the street fight stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the segment last night was good.
I figured they were going to add some kind of stipulation to it with it being SummerSlam and this being the rematch. Yeah, I thought the segment was great. It just shows that Cody, like I understand the Cena experiment, but like get this guy's belt back and like leave him alone. At this point, that's it. That's all. Let Cody be Cody because it's just still so hot. These people love them some Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, actually, I am wrong. I said that Kenny has not been a part of Forbidden Door. Yes, that's right. He took part in the one in Toronto
with Ospreay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot
the infamous 1 count kick out.
I don't know why I thought that was a part of another show, but that was Forbidden Door
because they ran it back.
Yeah.
The homie Shanika, I guess she got a part of that the name thing. Everybody got their names took or whatever. She said, been a while since I could join the top and just wanted to drop some love. Wishing everyone a great weekend. Appreciate you, friend. Thanks for showing up and thank you for dropping us some love in the chat.
Appreciate you, Shanika.
Lynn got that's not your name. Like, what is that? That's not your name, dog.
They're dropping everybody's ads in the chat now. It's weird.
Man, YouTube did everybody dirty. Pro tip, don't cheat. If you do, don't go to no sporting event or concert where one random kiss cam can blow your whole spot up.
That was very, very funny.
I forgot that's been the week. Like every time I open my phone, no matter what the platform is, no matter what the outlet, that is being talked about.
That Coldplay clip is so funny. Homie on Twitter saying, see, this would have never happened if you took it to the Jeezy concert. Also very funny. A lot of jokes around this, the memes people are making out of it. Very, very funny stuff, man. Yeah, people being, internet culture, going and finding this guy's actual wife and clogging up her comment sections and stuff.
It got weird.
Don't do that. Fast. That's weird. Don't be weird.
people are like, he left this for this. I'm like, why are we? How did we get here so fast? It was a funny joke, and then like it was over really quickly because people are insane. I'm on the team of if they wouldn't have reacted, none of this would have like if they would have just sold it, like well, nobody would have known. But the fact that they were like, I can't believe we're on camera, like you're done. You're immediately done.
Camera hit them and they had the big grins on their face. They were cheating hard. And then they was like, wait,
they were cheating hard.
They were cheesing hard, bro. But see, he's a CEO of a big company, and so it would have been hard for him to not get noticed at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything about it is funny. The start of it. Oh, look at these two. Funny every time I see it. Oh, look at these two.
They were walking like holding each other like teenagers in the mall. I'm like, no, they're cheating. Like he's having a good time. They're at the Coldplay show. He got his babe. They're far back. Ain't nobody gonna see this. And then everybody saw this.
Yeah. Homie sunk down to the ground like Tony in that promo. He started trying to like get low. Hilarious, bro.
Oh man, listen. If you're gonna cheat, there's cameras everywhere. Like, and if you don't think there's cameras, there's still cameras there. So keep it that way. I think Hell's Cowboy is Van Twinblade, ain't it?
Yes.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, they need to get these back. Tony said earlier this year, Billy Starks will I will make a woman out of you, and we're getting that next week. Billy will call Tony mommy. Definitely.
Yeah.
Super excited for Billy Starks. She had a Mercedes match earlier this year. She's been put in some very great positions, well-deservingly, and she's growing in front of our eyes, and she's going to knock it out of the park with Tony. She's going to do something insane.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that, Van Twinnable. Grapple Geekery says, missed the last 3 podcasts for works, so on review, all in ruled. Ain't nobody has been a loop in my head all week. Tony versus Monet was fire, and Mox tapped.
Yeah, great stuff. Ain't nobody. That was definitely a moment. Shout out to JoJo. She killed it. Looked great. The Bray homage as well was really cool.
Yeah, I've replayed that a couple times, and it hit. It definitely hit. As someone who knows and someone who was there, like they're like, "Who is this for?" It's for me. Okay, that's who it was for.
Even the Bray stuff.
I mean, we're paying tribute to pro wrestling, so that's what I like. Stop arguing with these fools. Stop letting them dominate your life. Stop having the whole timeline be fools that are grifting and talking about a wrestling company because you guys are fueling their grift. Stop. I don't want to see this guy's face on my timeline. A couple of these guys' face on my timeline. Whoever the guy that was arguing all week about he's a talent representative and he was going on the AEW rant, leave him off. Raj, let Raj be, you guys. Your dunks don't work. Your dunks fuel this guy. Every time you think you got one off, he likes that. Like when you're like, oh yeah, we got him. You didn't. So just stop.
He's There's a few of those faces that I've muted at this point, so I don't see them. And I encourage people to mute people as well. Don't keep engaging with people that are not trying to have a conversation. No. Like if it's cool if you're just online talking to people about wrestling and cool, but that's not what this is for some of these people. It's cool to mute them. It's all right.
That's it. Your dunks are fuel. You're like you got them. You didn't get them. They got you. That's all I want to say.
I don't know if I sent you that Ricochet thing I saw. Very funny.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Ricochet's a funny guy.
Ricochet, love them bits, brother. Van Twinnable also says they shouldn't do that. The Fed will continue to counter program because Triple Paul knows they can't match AEW with actual work. Yeah, it's gonna be counter programming forever at this point.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got the announcement for All in London next year. I believe it's a week after a big WWE pay-per-view. That's usually that same month.
That's going to be fun. I would love to go to London to check that out. I don't know if that's in the cards, but I'll start thinking about it. That'll be great. What do you think about, speaking of Triple H, they're amping up the promotion for this Netflix show?
I have no interest.
Yeah.
And I get both sides of it because I've seen people say, well, people love behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, for a TV show. And I get that we're trying to treat Raw and SmackDown like TV shows because that's what they are. But wrestling is unique. Like, I do think there's something to protecting some of the mystique of wrestling. Because, I mean, just imagine if we're watching Tony play this character every week and people are enjoying this. And then every week she's also getting on her IG Live and talking as Tony and like telling you how the sausage is made and like where they came up with the character. I don't need to hear that while it's happening. And that's just my personal taste. And I don't know where the line is, because some of this stuff, like, I'm a guy that, for example, love those episodes of Art of Wrestling with Punk on it. I've seen tons of behind the scenes stuff. But I think for me is when it feels like something we're not supposed to be getting, like, oh, they're breaking a fourth wall, or they're breaking kayfabe on a podcast or something, it feels different. But when a company is doing it, it feels less special.
It's not the same.
Like, because we've seen so many shoot interviews, like that used to be a thing on YouTube, and they used to be like, oh, you can find them over here. Yeah, and they felt like something cool when it was somebody else doing it. When the company is giving it to you, it just don't have the same feel to it to me. Man, that's just my personal taste. I get some people will be into this, but I'm not interested.
I mean, as somebody who loved Beyond the Mat, that was one of my favorite movies when it came out. But a big draw of it for me, Phil, was when it was about to drop, Vince was like, I don't want people to see this. I don't we wanted them to film, but this is too much. Like, that's what was the draw. And if he had came out and be like, we love this, we want you to see this, it wouldn't have hit the same. So for them to be like, we want you to be a part of this, you're a part of the show, you need to
come
know
back here what's going
on. It's
it's less interesting because it when it doesn't feel as taboo, it's not cool. It's like, oh, well, here, just come back here with us. Look in this boardroom where we have the dry erase board with all the storylines on it. And when you reduce wrestling to that, like, oh, look, it's just a dry erase board, it's like it just doesn't feel the same. It feels like, oh, it's just it's a product, it's TV. It's like, and I mean, I get it because it is a TV show, but for me, I don't need to see all of it. You can protect some of kayfabe sometimes to me, especially if you're the company that is giving it to us. Like, this is, I don't know, I don't need WWE also telling us at every turn, look, this is fake. And it's like, well, we know, but I don't.
We know, dude. You don't have to keep telling us. I know. I watch this shit. I'm there. I'm with you. I see news. I see all the things, but like being super loud about it, and it's going to be on Netflix too. So it's like, it's just
and that's why I'm like, of course, that's just my opinion. I don't speak for everybody. And some people will like this. And I also understand the thought process of, all right, in a modern era, how do you get past some people that are never going to get into wrestling because they're always going to say, well, look, it's fake. By embracing that and going, yes, it is fake. Look at this. And so I get putting something like this on Netflix while you also have your flagship show on Netflix, because it will get people to feel like, all right, well, if I'm in on a joke or I'm in on how the magic trick is done, then I can get past this idea of it being fake. And that might work for some people. I as somebody that already enjoys wrestling, I don't necessarily need that.
I just immediately thought back to that the Uber ride that we had in Texas. Remember this old man was like, yeah, my dad used to take me out to wrestling all the time. I loved it. Then I found out the guys go to dinner together with each other after the show. I'm like, they're going to be people like that. They're going to be people like, oh, these guys go to dinner together after the show. And it kind of ruins the illusion. And it's like, we got to keep some illusions. Like, I've seen that clip of Total Divas where the guy steals Renee's hat and Mox chases after him. I'm like, see, this is what wrestling reality TV should be like. Like, it should be like, wait, this is kind of a bit, and they're not doing that. They're like, this is all real. Come in and see it. And it's like, I don't know if I like that as someone who's still kayfabe's dead as fuck, but I'm like, we still got to keep some of this. That Total Diva clips kills me every time.
Yeah, Mox is just a very funny guy, man.
That's such his energy, though. Like, that could have been a bit, or that could have been real.
We hate TNA since when?
Who said that?
Somebody in our chat. We like TNA.
We love TNA. It's our favorite company. That's not a favorite company, but we fucks with TNA. I might pull up Slamversary. I was like, damn, what is the show called? We might even do a Slamversary card thing right now in this show. The homie Zagan says, is Bandito and Wrestler of the Year running after?
I think so.
Yeah,
hard
to deny. After what he's did in Arena Mexico, after what he's did with Takeshita and the run that he's been on, hard to deny at this point. And if it continues, like if he does this for the rest of the year at this high pace, like there's no denying.
Yeah, for me, it's Goto, Takeshita, Bandito, EO. Hey, Zach, you got to put Zach in there. He's been champion twice this year.
I'm definitely with that. Yeah, I think Bandito and Takeshita are definitely in my Mercedes. Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough one, but yeah, Bandito's definitely in there.
Yeah.
The homie the Buzz 408
The Buzz. The Buzz.
The homie the Buzz Busby says, I asked this already. I never got the chance to hear the answer, but who is the wrestling equivalent to the Clips? Would you say that? I would say the Usos, but I feel like there's someone else. Who would y'all say?
To the Clips.
Wrestling the Clips.
That's such a distinct analogy.
Wrestling the Clips. So like they teamed up, then one of them went on to do this thing, one of them went on to do this other type of thing, but then they came back to do that's tough. Usos haven't fully came back yet, so I don't know if I would.
Harlem Heat. Because Harlem Heat is one of the best tag teams of all time, but at the same time, some people know Booker as a solo guy more than they know the Clip stuff. The same way that some people know Pusha as a solo guy because he went on this long, like
most people probably only know him as a solo guy at this point.
He went on like this decade long run as a singles guy, the same way that we hadn't got a Clips album in 16 years or something like that. And so, and like when you look at it, they're in the Hall of Fame as a tag team, and Booker is a Hall of Famer as a singles wrestler. So I'd say Harley Heat.
Okay. Yeah. Good comparison. Book. Yeah, I could equating Booker to Pusha is really funny, but it really
I mean
Pusha T, Booker T.
I mean, bro, when you think about like the most successful WCW guy that came over to WWE at one point, it's Booker.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I think he'd be wilding with some of these takes, but Booker is still Booker. He's still a legend.
Definitely. That's a hard ass question, Busby. Of course you would come up with something like that. But speaking of that, it made me think Booker coming over. Love out to Marcus Alexander Bagwell, who had his leg amputated after a bad car accident. Buff Bagwell, man, like wrestling legend at this point. He was so synonymous with WCW, NWO, and all that for so long. So sending love out to the homie. That's fucked up. I appreciate that, Busby. Woo Young 79 says, Phil, you were right. All the business metrics talk in wrestling and sports is purely for goofs. Why are fans behaving like shareholders?
Can't call people goofs, apparently.
Yeah, I don't think
which
people don't like that.
I was about to say something which will rile people up.
Nigga, if you're being a goof, then like
if you're from Chicago, that's just a thing to say. You know, you're goofy. You're goof troop, like that used to be a thing. Like the Chicago thing. I mean, that's a famous common. That's a famous common line. Goof troop. I don't remember that shit. Like,
yes. I love it.
I don't know, but it's right up there with like the vocabulary of Black Chicagoans. It's with decent, straight,
Joe,
raw. Like it's a certain Chicago vernacular. It's Goofy's right in there with that. I didn't think that was a crazy thing to say in a moment, but listen, if you're goofy, you're goofy. I'm sorry.
That's where I land at it. Like no matter the language or the lingo or the area, if you're goofy, you're goofy. And goofy niggas get real mad when you call them goofy too. They be so.
They should, because you know. I feel like if you're being a goof, you're being a goof. It's fine. But yeah, look, I get some people that are into that stuff. It's just not my interest. I get some people that are interested in it. I guess I'll put it to you this way. People that want to have actual good faith conversations about ratings and ticket sales, I'm perfectly fine with it. What I don't like about ratings talk and numbers talk in general is people are not consistent with it. If you're going to do the ratings talk sometimes to hype up something, you cannot go silent on numbers talk later when it doesn't fit your narrative.
Right. And people consistently do that for sure.
But that's why I don't do that. That's one of the specific reasons why I'm like, I will never rely on numbers to express my opinion, because you have to keep that same energy all the time once you start doing it.
And people only craft the numbers thing for their narrative. And like, I just don't understand, like with the grifters that I was talking about earlier, like in their brain, they want a company to die. And I just don't like, what are you, this is about the wrestling business. I thought, you guys, and that's a company dying doesn't help the wrestling business. It helps your stupid ass narrative. And what is that? Blinky Days says, good Saturday, gentlemen. Protect your peace as you do. Good work. All In was fire. Dynamite was great. And I'm geeking over the new Spooky Click with Julia, Sky, and Thekla. All love. Yeah, the Spooky Girls, man. They're going to be big. People love Spooky Girls. Like, they're too spooky for me, but I get it, you know? Too spooky. Like, you start turning into a spider and doing like voodoo and shit. Like, I don't know if I could. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. I wonder what Tekla's going to do with that big check.
What's with the money matches thing, Phil?
They kept calling him a money mark. He was like, I'll show y'all a money mark. I got some money. I got some money. I'm trying to give it out. Who wants some money?
That never factored into me, but now I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
You should just start one of the episodes and announce one of those with the whole Joker monologue from the Batman movie. Money, money, money. Who do you trust?
Tony Khan, please. We need it. He has a big money match every week. I think there's one on Collision tonight. Like, who needs 50K? Who needs 100K? Who needs this many Ks? Denise was mad because Thekla didn't sell it. She just like won, and she was like, I won.
She's a bad guy.
You want money, though. What about money?
She's a bad guy. What did you want her to do? Jump up and down like, yeah, I won the money. Like, she's a bad guy.
Yes. I want her to get the big check and dance with it. Appreciate that. The homie Tyrone Kid says, thoughts on Clarissa really wanting this Ali fight?
Sometimes you want that fight until it's available, man.
Layla Ali came out and said she will do the super fight against Clarissa Shields for 12 to 15 million. Clarissa immediately came back like the next day and was like, hey, we got 12 million. Do you want to do this? And money's talking, but Layla's been out of the ring for a couple years. Like, it's not the super fight that they are thinking it is. I think Clarissa's like, I just want to knock her out, and so people stop comparing me to her.
I get it.
It's gonna be tough
though. There's comparisons to, like, you know, Tyson was Tyson in his era, but he never fought Ali.
Right.
And so I get like why somebody of this era be like, oh, I wanna knock somebody out with that last name, because it means something.
It does. And that is a super fight. Like, they can get that 12 to 15 million. Like, if they promote it, and with how these boxing things are moving now, like, that's easy.
Yeah. But the scary thing about that, it's the opposite of everything I said with rap, because it's like, all right, well, you go out and you just rap, and that guy rap better than you, does whatever. But you come out and you do all this talking, and then you get parked. It's harder to live that down.
It is. In this day and age too, like, if you got knocked out 15 years ago, you're fine. You get knocked out now, you're done. Like, they're gonna make a meme out of you. They're gonna make t-shirts. It's gonna be a song. Everybody's gonna like now. 60 million people are gonna watch you get knocked out, like, at minimum.
Bro, Clarissa come out and get parked. Remy gonna be in the studio that night.
Remy's gonna try to rap Layla to the ring, guaranteed.
She's gonna be in the booth that night, bro.
She might record a rap on her phone in the crowd at this point. Like, soon as she hit the mat, she gonna be spitting because she cannot wait. But if Clarissa come out and knock her out, though, then like,
yeah, I still think it was crazy that Remy was like, "I'll fight this shit." I'm like, Rem, I don't think you want this smoke. Let's chill out. I feel you. You gotta say it. I know you gotta sell the wolf tickets, but I don't think you want this one.
When she kept coming with that energy, I was like, Rem, I feel you. You gotta protect your peace and your brand, but I don't think that's not you. Them hands. Have you seen this woman fight? She is a world-class boxer, one of the best in the world. This ain't gonna be some street fight.
Yeah.
Tough one. Papoose right in the middle. That video where Papoose is holding the mitts for Clarissa.
Get low, Papoose. Rest in peace to K-Slay. I just randomly think sometimes that K-Slay is not with us anymore, which is just crazy.
It fucks me up because every time I listen to like a Drink Champs or something, everybody always brings up K-Slay, and I'm like, damn, K-Slay's dead. Dog. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Legendary figure in our space, man. Like, we don't have guys like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't people that are just loud and consistently putting, like, all he ever cared about was rap. Anytime you talk to K-Slay, he's like, listen to this rap, listen to this new rapper, it's rap. And like, it's just the game not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Devil Kazuya says, Solo the best. Hey, Cody, help me out. I'm sorry.
Bro, Solo is hilarious, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. This guy is really, really funny. When he was cutting a promo last night, he was like, man, I made this guy. I brought him to the big stage. I put money in his pocket. I made him a champion. And now you just gonna turn your back on your real family? And he does that, like, look around like he's waiting for everybody else to laugh. Like, y'all think that was funny? Hilarious. Every time he does it, his facial expression, the way he walks around like an unk with like his gloves and his suit on, hilarious.
Yeah, anytime he does the bit and looks around, when he did it on the post show, and he was like, he was talking about the yeet. Listen, I understand why they put Solo in the position that he's in, because this guy gets it.
Very funny, man. Doing the yeet. Why y'all yelling yeet? He ain't even here. Shut up.
Yeah,
I've seen people go, why wasn't he showing this much personality before? Because you didn't want to buy into him as the leader. The whole point of that storyline is he was not a good replacement for Roman. Mm-hmm. And he did his job perfectly. He played the role perfectly, right, so that it built anticipation for Roman to come back and get the Ulafala.
Exactly. Like, that was the whole point of him trying to be like this big boss, final boss character, and he was never that. And he's showing that that's what it is. He's like, I was doing that because I had to be the leader. I had to try to take Roman's place, but really, I'm this fool.
Yeah, very funny guy.
Hilarious.
That's what he said. 4 letters, 1 word, stop.
The way that he looked both ways.
Yeah, I think that was funny. I got him. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like when Peggy does that joke, like, oh, Peggy. Like, wait a minute. Like, I don't know if you can hype up your own joke like that.
He does it, and it works. Amazing. Appreciate that. Lynn Gotts, 8345, says 2 years ago, Mox choked out by Page. Not long after, things escalated with the BCC and the Elite. The Death Riders are going to ratchet things up real soon, and it's coming to a boil with Darby.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're getting a payoff to the Darby stuff with Mox as well.
Yeah, because it feels like when Darby came out and said it's not about the world title, like, that doesn't really drive me. That his story is, I want to dismantle the Death Riders. Like, the world championship would have been a nice prize at the end of it, but it's really about destroying everything that these guys are about. Because Darby's gonna keep growing in legend and being that guy, and the way that they're presenting him, like, fans are going to become at a fever pitch for him very soon. Single Blue Note to Panda says, but Mama Wayne, ... Listen, big fan. Just never take away from that. Big, huge fan of Mama Wayne. She looks great. Her being taking the role of Christian in the way that she was talking in that promo, I was like, I'm in. I see it. I'm with you. Like, it's good to me. Like, you being in a faction with your son and him being like, I want to make my mom proud. I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Van Twinnable says Tony Storm versus Max and a Renee Paquette on a pole match, or versus Mox and a Ray Paquette in a pole match, where if Mox loses, Tony will get to write her name over John's on the marriage certificate, comedy gold.
Yeah, nah. Tony putting her face over their marriage picture. Yeah, it sounds very funny. That bit from the press conference is still very funny. Like, I hear you, but you see Renee's pants? I've got to get her out of here.
Stand up, Renee.
Turn around. Let's look at those pants.
Loved it. One of my favorite bits in press conference history, honestly. Appreciate that, Van Twinnable. Hopefully they'll go with that. Coy Stalling says the woman he was with was head of HR, LMAO. Much love, guys. Head of HR and the CEO.
Wow. I guess the woman next to her that was laughing with the big smile on her face also worked there, and she knew about their affair. Yeah.
I wonder if she was like, look, I found out about your affair. I won't tell anybody unless you guys take me to this Coldplay concert. Or maybe she was trying to play the buffer. She's like, I'll be there, and just in case, I'll jump in. No, that's not going to work either.
Nah, them in there vibing out, and they're like, you are, and then next thing you know, they're on the big video. Like, well, hold
on. Everybody turning their little hugged up thing into like a meme now. I'm like, it's crazy. And speaking of memes, Swerve. Like, I cannot open my phone without seeing the Black Genie Swerve standing there. It's insane how many different variations of it I've seen in the last week. I can't believe it.
Very funny, man.
Shout out to Swerve and shout out to that. Appreciate that, Coy. Mr. Alston says, love y'all. I caught how Lashley and MVP roasted Reg and clips the segment last week. That was culturally inappropriate. See what I did there?
Yeah, I mean, all three of them were just like, what is this? What are those? What are you wearing?
Yes, people all week have been laughing at me. People all week have been like, they got you, all this. I'm like, yes, they did got me. It was great. TikTok is loving that clip. They're like, you guys got fried. Like, it's been amazing. So someone was like, see, this is why I told you to do this. Like, but if I didn't wear that outfit, we wouldn't have gotten that clip. So like, all the stars needed to align to get to that point. You know what I mean? Like, I got fried by MVP and Bobby Lashley. Like, that's up there. That's on the list for me. Definitely go watch that if you haven't seen it on our YouTube page. Shit's hella funny. That's all of our super chats. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you. We've got some humper chats from Tony P. This one is blank, Tony. I think you meant to put something in it, but appreciate it nonetheless. His other one says, my petty of the week is Cope. He said, I was going to take my sweet time at All In. F you, Christian. I do gotta say, the discourse about AEW crowd size have gotten stupid and old. Some people are, throwing tricks on for attention. It is not even sad anymore. It's just pathetic.
Yeah, it's annoying at this point that after a great show, that's what the discourse is. It's like, no, let's talk about the great show.
Yeah. And then when you say something, it's like, oh, well, I don't really care about that either. But y'all did at one point. Okay, so you're admitting you're trolling.
Yes, everybody is at all points. Y'all did. Now, but you were spitting earlier because they love fucking putting us in there. Fightful guys or AEW guys or blah, blah, blah guys. And it's like, dog, I'm talking for me right now.
Yeah, I know how you Fightful guys are. Do you?
I don't think you do.
I keep censoring myself because I was going to say something else after that. But I also think that's one of the funniest things about all of this as well. Somebody will like get in my mentions and start like yelling, like doing all this cursing. I'm like, okay, well, have a good day. And then they'll get madder. And it's like, buddy, I'm not going to argue with you.
That really makes them mad.
Have a good day. I'm not.
When you tell them, see you later, or you're being wild.
All right, well, yeah. And they'll always go, well, you disrespected me first. Did I? Where? All right. And even if I did, eat shit.
Yeah, that's it. Telling somebody to eat shit is hella funny.
Yeah. But more from Tony P. He says, for the show itself, it looked like a nice venue. What I expected out of the show. It showed you the new direction of some people and continued some stories. If you weren't feeling it, you don't have to get your engagement tweets off and get mad when people call you out. I mean, how else are they gonna spend their time? I don't know.
Can't get my engagement tweets off? What do you mean? That's not a world I want to exist in.
Why else am I on Twitter?
Yeah.
That's what some of these people think. I can't get some engagements off. Why am I here?
That's such a sad life. When my tweets do numbers, I hate it. Because it's never good. It's never people being like, we like this. It's always people being like, oh, Fightful, Grapsody, you're stupid. And I'm like, all right.
I hate Sean. Okay, well, go tell Sean that. I'm not Sean. You work for that Sean guy. I hate him. Okay, cool. Why are you telling me? I don't care.
What does that have to do with me?
That ain't got nothing to do with me. What do you think I'm going to be like? Calm down. Sean's a great guy. I don't. Bro. I don't care.
These people be unhinged too. So like, y'all be in the personal histories and shit. Like, I'm not trying to leave me out of this.
There's a tweet I saw and I instantly blocked this guy. And I thought about it afterwards. Like, you guys know that's like not normal, right? To just like tweet things like that at people. You don't think that's weird? And then you go to their page and they'll be like proud father and Christian. Like, are you? That's not very Christian of you.
Christian, I love my wife. I'm like, why don't you go be with your wife then? Because you're over here being a nasty person on the internet.
Stop being weird, guys. It's all right. From Tony P, he says Raw was good too. That 3-way was going to be fun as hell. Then we had that fun gauntlet. C Punk winning and getting screwed by Seth at SummerSlam. On a side note, after Naomi's cash in, it has me thinking about the J/Tiff. I don't know who's gonna win that now. Yeah, I don't know. Because I've been thinking all this time that Naomi was gonna cash in on Jade. So I don't know.
Because I was under the impression that she was going to leave SummerSlam with that, but that was going to lead to her and Jade having this thing. But they got to get the belt off of Tiffany, but I don't see them putting the belt on Jade, though.
They might.
So
I feel like you've got to see what you have in Jade at this point. They might. But I don't know what you do then after the chase is done.
Right.
But I do feel like they've kind of done as much as they can right now with Tiffany, and I wouldn't be mad at them putting the belt on Jade. I am just very surprised that they went in this direction and made Naomi champion. Naomi's matches are already set for SummerSlam. She's going to be in a triple threat with Rhea and Io, which should be fire.
2 black women world champions at the same time in this company.
Hey, man, maybe they saw the complaints. No. No. Yeah, I don't know, man. What this does tell me though is Big Jim is heading to Raw, and these guys are destined to be a tag team again. Now that Naomi's over there, it's only a matter of time before Big Jim is also on Raw.
Thank God. Get these guys back together. We need that Uso shit, and it's happening. But yeah, it could be anything at this point with that match. They could give it to Jade. I forgot they have so many championships now. They totally could like hide her away and still do the same thing.
Maybe. But yeah, most of the stuff from Raw was good. I thought the 2 out of 3 falls match was some heat. If you guys have not seen that, really good match. Bayley is still Bayley. This is why I keep saying, like, y'all be kind of talking crazy about Bayley. She had a great match with Lyra. Lyra is becoming one of my favorite wrestlers on Raw at this point. She's so good. The Becky and Lyra feud is one of the best feuds of the year, in my opinion. The way that they've built it across multiple pay-per-views, and now it's going to be a big SummerSlam match. I think this has all worked out very well for Lyra. I can totally buy her as somebody that challenges for the main title at some point now.
Yeah, this shows the importance of having someone like Becky attached to that championship and adding the prestige, because Lyra couldn't have done this with too many other women wrestlers to like get into this position and feel like an important figure on the show, coming out of a losing feud. You know what I mean? Like, she feels on a higher echelon than she was going into it. And pairing her, coming right after that to being in a thing with Bayley, also a great for her, because she's really just been knocking it out the park and showing that very soon she could hold that top world title in the women's division. This has been perfect for her. I mean, she always was destined for this because she's such a great worker.
Yeah, very happy for how this turned out for her. I do think it kind of sucks that Bayley doesn't have a SummerSlam match now. I hope that changes. She did try to tweet at Cardi, and Cardi was like, "Nah, leave her at home," which I'm sure she was partially joking, but
totally.
Give Bayley something to do at SummerSlam, man. Come on.
Why does this keep happening to her? It's like she'll be in all the great feuds leading up to the big show and then not get on the big show. It's so weird.
Yeah, and I thought that they killed it at Evolution. It's one of my favorite matches on that show.
Totally.
So
she needs it.
Yeah, but people that were upset when Punk shoved Gunther, and they're like, "Oh, so you're just gonna put him in a world title match? You're not gonna make him earn it? Okay, well, he's won a gauntlet and he's earned it now." So I don't know.
Those people were still mad.
Of course, because it's Punk, and no matter what, they're going to be mad. The other discourse around Gunther this week was, of course, Bill Goldberg getting his retirement match at Saturday Night Main Event, and then immediately going on Ariel Helwani and basically burying the match.
He buried everything surrounded, pretty much. Like, any point of the contention, he buried it so loudly, and people were so mad. I've never seen WWE fans so upset at a legend. Like, people were like, "This guy stinks, get him out of here. He didn't deserve to be in the position he was in." Him coming out and saying, "Oh, I apologized to Gunther because I laughed at his chop because I thought it would hurt more." I'm like, I don't think you should
say that, bro. I thought that the chop would hurt more. Bro, I love wrestling, man, because it just gives people a chance to just talk shit like this and just do stuff that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, wait a minute, I think if you think about that any longer, maybe you shouldn't have done that. But then he also was saying, well, I can't say anything for now because, I still got time on my contract. But when my contract gets up, I can really get into it. I'm like, you kind of got into it, my guy.
Yo, I'm like, this wasn't getting into it. What's going to happen in 2 weeks? Because you got into it. He's like, essentially, I kind of feel him on the point of, like, he's like, in January, I said this was going to be it. Like, I was giving them time to promote my match, giving them time to do this, and they put that shit together in 3 weeks. So, like, what the fuck?
This was very last minute. I got thrown on a Saturday Night Main Event in Atlanta, and I thought this was going to be a big pay-per-view match. It wasn't. And so people are just like, well, what more did you want? You got a match with Gunther, and it was kind of a competitive match. It wasn't a squash like it should have been. You got a championship match, all these other things. I'm like, there's stuff to this we might not know. That was my takeaway, especially when he said, I can't get into it because of my contract situation. They may have promised him things that he was expecting, and then when it didn't turn out that way, he was mad. I don't know. Or he may have just been like on some ego trip, like, I deserve this and this and that, which is a very wrestler thing to do, which is why I was so surprised. Because I'm like, yo, shooter's going to shoot, bro. You mad at this guy shooting on Ariel Helwani? Like, at this point, people go to Helwani and shoot. Like, I don't
And Goldberg, Phil, the guy that's
Goldberg.
That's all he ever does. I'm like, Goldberg went and did Goldberg things on a show. Where are y'all surprised about this?
Yeah, I thought it was very funny, man. I thought it was even funnier that people were getting so mad. People were putting out these whole like posts and like videos talking about it. Like, I can't believe you did this, Goldberg. I never want to see you again.
The homie Dave LaGreca was. Whew,
Dave said Goldberg ruined his birthday. I was like, dog. I thought that all was very funny, man. I'm like, I think it's fine. It's him doing an interview. I thought it was all really funny.
I thought it was hilarious. And like, it does, like, he shouldn't, there's a bunch of things he probably shouldn't have said, but it's fine. We're about to have a show on Netflix that exposes kayfabe. Who cares? Nobody cares about any of this.
I thought it was so funny, man. I was like, maybe you shouldn't have done that. But also, it's wrestling, bro.
Right after Phil, he did that shit on like he
didn't even wait a month.
Saturday. That shit was like on Monday. He was like, "Yeah, let's talk about it."
By the way, I hated everything about this, and the way I tweeted, I'm like, wait a minute. They took the belt off of Jey Uso. They derailed his title run to put this belt back on Gunther, so you can get a big title match. And you're just like, man, I hate this. I can't believe they did this to me. Like, meanwhile, Jey Uso is just like,
Jey Uso, like, you can't believe they did this to you.
There's so much to me is funny about this. And I can't believe people took it so seriously. And they were like legit getting mad. Like, I never want to see Goldberg again. And I was just like, well, wait a minute. A few weeks ago, I saw people like, I want this. What do you guys want? This is a big match for him. It's Atlanta. And I saw people saying he should win. And now people are like, I never want to see this guy again.
That's the thing that fucked me up. People were legit like, well, Goldberg could win or he should do. I'm like, wait, y'all went from that to we never want to see this guy again.
Oh man.
I kind of feel him though. And they cut off his speech at the end. He thought he was gonna get his shit off. Like, he was pissed, and then he was like, "No, I need to immediately talk about this."
That was also funny. Even before he did an interview, he had all of the people in the ring with him, his family. He was ready to get into it, and they cut him off. I was like, "Oh no!"
And y'all thought Goldberg wasn't gonna go spit about this? Look, listen. Historically, I was saying, man. Look, I watched that Tough Enough clip, Phil, a million times. I was watching that Tough Enough. This man, Triple H, went on there and was like, Goldberg's the worst fucking wrestler. If you like him, don't ever be like him. Take that fucking Goldberg poster off your wall. This guy's awful. You thought that same guy was going to give you this big send-off with balloons and fireworks and shit? No, he's going to try to get this shit over quick. He thought he was doing you a favor. He put it in Atlanta. He gave you a title match. Like, he probably was like, what do you mean you want more?
Yeah, somebody took that clip of Okada in the back cutting the video, like, oh, I'm so sorry, and they put Bret's face over it. Oh my god, bro, so funny, man. Like, I just couldn't believe that people were so upset because I was like, oh, I don't think it's that deep, but it was so many people that were mad.
Nah, people were really mad for real, Phil. Like, they were like, fuck Goldberg, take everything away from him, ungrateful. I'm like, everything you're saying about Goldberg is historically Goldberg. Like, that's how he got to where he was. He don't care about this shit. He care about a big payday and getting his shit off. He's shown us that so many times.
Oh man, yeah, very, very funny, man.
For them to go on Ariel which is like he usually has good things about WWE. You don't come out of a lot of his interviews being like, damn, WWE was wilding, but he got it. Goldberg wasn't giving a fuck. He didn't care about none about it.
Goldberg went over there, was like, I'm gonna get my shit off. Like, how much time you got?
I mean, in his brain, it was his retirement match. There's nothing. The bridges don't need to exist anymore.
And as somebody that kind of looks around like, oh, well, I still kind of work in this, I can't say that. I could totally respect, like, oh, well, I'm not in this no more. Let me tell you.
I'm out. And wait till I tell you 2 weeks from now. It's really going to, what's he going to say in 2 weeks? Bro?
Oh, man. God, bro. Wrestling is incredible, man.
It's the best.
all of this was very entertaining. The discourse about it was entertaining. And that's why, like, I didn't even give my opinion on it. I was just watching from afar. I'm like, I think that this is not that serious, guys. I think this is just a guy airing his grievances, and he has the right to feel that way. I saw people saying, well, you got a better retirement match than most people. Kurt Angle would have killed for this. That's true, but that doesn't mean he's wrong.
No. Two things can definitely be true. Kurt definitely deserved a better match, but like, regardless how you feel about this guy, it's fucking Goldberg, dude. There was a time where the world was like Goldberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin existed. Like, this guy did something that a lot of people can't say, and he definitely has a place in this industry, and he deserves to have a big moment after what he did, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I can see it both ways. I know people that were like, how dare he get upset at this? They gave him so much. Yeah. I think at some point when you know your value, you don't always have to just say, I'm grateful. People get into that, you better be grateful mode. Or, I can be like, I felt like I should have got more. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. And he has the right to do that.
Yeah.
Hilarious, though, regardless.
I don't think it. I did think, like, maybe not say that stuff about Gunther and his chops and like bury certain things. And this is a guy that's on TV. But again, why does he care? He don't work there. He's done with wrestling.
Goldberg's energy was kind of like I was punking him too. Like, I laughed at him. What you gonna? I'm like, Goldberg, I don't think you should for like Gunther's mystique.
Yeah.
His whole gimmick, his whole thing is about chops, and Goldberg was like, them shits don't even hurt.
Yeah, maybe not. I just kept thinking about Bret. I'm like, oh, and he was looking. I could just imagine Bret sitting around like, oh, it's cool to just like Bill Goldberg now. Oh, now y'all hate him? I've been telling y'all for years I hate this guy. And y'all were like, I'm petty.
I forgot about the Charles Robinson bit.
I heard him, but I heard him last time too. He'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Last time he was good, so I'm sure he'll be good this time.
Said, look, I already heard him. He got better from the last time I heard him. It'll happen again. I'm like, dog, what?
I think he's good. Fine.
He's a trooper. I got a cracked rib, and Goldberg's like, man, that shit's gonna heal, dog. What you mean?
He's a good sport. He's a good sport. I broke his ribs.
Dude, Goldberg's a fool, man. Bro said I heard him before he got better. I'm like, Goldberg, you can't. That's not how this works. This is exactly what Bret Hart was talking about, dog.
Show no remorse. Show no remorse. Like, yeah, these things happen.
This is what Bret Hart has been complaining about for 25 years. This shit right here, and he's still like, "What? What do you mean? Why are y'all upset about this?"
Only in wrestling, bro. Only in wrestling can you have this mythical figure that is like the peak of masculinity. Like, well, what? I gotta get hyped up, slam my head against the door a few times, like get charged, like maybe break somebody's ribs. Now we're in business, man. We're doing it. Wrestling.
This is wrestling. You guys said you like that stiff shit, you like Japanese shit. Then when I do it, then you want to get all crazy. But that's a referee though, Goldberg. Like, why? He's not supposed to get hurt at any point in this.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. All right.
Bro, Goldberg, man. It's cool. Ooh. Yeah. I saw people like, well, what did he want, the Sting treatment? Maybe he did.
Yes.
I'm sure there are a lot of older wrestlers that saw how Sting had it over in AEW and they were like, hey, that's pretty cool. I want that too.
Why do people think that's something? Yes, they want the Sting treatment. Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah.
What they think is going to treat him like Cena? He probably thought that. Yeah, he did. In his brain. He probably thought that.
Yeah. And, the report was he was in talk with AEW at one point. Then all of a sudden, he started calling AEW corny and he went over there and he got his retirement match. So,
listen, and wrestling don't give a fuck. If I could see Billy G still getting the Sting treatment. This is how wrestling don't care about nothing. Bill Goldberg just went on a rant. I could still see this fool getting another retirement match somewhere.
Bro, can you imagine if this is all him working and shooting hard on WWE just to go back over there and try and get a deal with AEW?
I can't believe this.
Can you imagine how funny that would be, bro? Oh my god,
I would cry myself to sleep from laughter. It would be so funny. If he was like, "Oh, how could I get over there though? All right, I'll just bury all this shit on the way. I'll say that their champion ain't shit." Like, I mean,
yeah. You think we still get that deal with Rockefeller?
And people were so mad, Phil. You like this wasn't the funniest thing you ever saw in your life. Goldberg on this show being silly.
Yeah, the most wrestling thing ever. Like I was like, oh man, we're back. We're back to this kind of energy. He was shooting on a match right after the match.
Immediately afterwards. Didn't let that shit breathe. There's people that hadn't even seen the match yet, and he was already saying that shit was trash.
Oh man.
And the match wasn't like he did get way more than he should have. Like he should have got his ass squashed.
Yeah, it got crazy though. People were like, "Man, you were never good anyway. You were never as good as you think you were. You shouldn't have got this match anyway." And as somebody that's indifferent, I was just like, "Wow, that took a turn."
It's funny because before All In, people were saying, "Oh yeah, it's not as good as Goldberg did in Atlanta." But then, like 2 days later, everybody was like, "Fuck Goldberg." But 2 days ago, you guys were just touting his numbers. Now y'all hate him. Funny, wrestling, man. Dog. Wrestling.
Funny, man. God, man. Oh, Goldberg.
Oh, good one.
See, we got some more Humper chats. Got one from Wonga. He said, "How's it going, Grapsy fellas? It's G1 season. Night 1 was good. The game to catch the match was a lot of fun. While I have no idea what Sonata is up to, he's more interesting now than all the time he was in the 4 or 5 guys with all the goofy shit." Yeah. G1 Climax Night 1 was tonight. Well, this morning, our time. Night 2 will be tomorrow. Pretty good show. Stacked with like 10 tournament matches out the gate. It's crazy. Every time the G1 does this, they pop up and they're like, "We're going to give you this grueling schedule of matches." And then like the first night, we're just going to throw like 10 matches at you that all
all super important matches, all big stars in the tournament, and everybody was going so hard. I'm like, you guys, there's a tournament to go, but everybody was fighting like this was it. I'm like, this is why this tournament is so insane, because they got to do this so many more times against the highest level guys in the world that are trying to up their game with every match.
Yeah. We got some pretty big upsets straight away. To open with Yoshihashi taking on Shingo Takagi. Yoshihashi beat Shingo Takagi, guys. Shingo came out here and did all of the stuff that he does. He hit him very hard with a lariat and a pumping bomber. And then he went for the last of the dragons, and Yoshihashi countered it into a crucifix driver and won the match. That's how you know it's G1 season, because we're getting big, crazy upsets. I was like, wow.
To see the issue that I had immediately is I'm like, this is New Japan booking like a motherfucker also. Like coming in, Shingo was one of my guys to have a good running in this tournament. He could potentially win this whole thing. But then for him to be upset immediately out the gate, to shock the fan base, but to also add to his story, in the tournament itself. I hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the G1. Losing in the first round doesn't really mean anything. No. We know people will lose early on and then they'll go on a run, so that doesn't matter. That's Gato's booking style. So
that's him.
But yeah, Yoshihashi won his first match to pick up a point over Shingo Takagi of all people. Then we got Evil versus Callum Newman. Of course, Evil came down with some help. He had Fale and Dick Togo with him. Evil picked up the win on Callum Newman to also pick up a point.
Evil.
Big Driller Maloney. I continue to be impressed with this guy. He looks like $1 million. His finisher looks like death. It looks very scary every time he does it. He's tremendous. He had a match against Great O'Khan. He picked up the win with his finisher, the Driller Killer. What a great name for a finisher as well.
It just looks so well. The picture, like anytime you see a picture of it, it just looks picture perfect. But then when he hits it in the match, it's like, damn, that looks dangerous.
Yeah, that was it was a solid match. Got Yuya Uemura taking on Boltin Oleg. This was one of the better matches on the card for me.
Yeah,
Boltin Oleg, this guy's got a bright future. He's got such a unique look. He's got such a dynamic look and style to him. I enjoy watching him. He just makes perfect sense as the current never open weight champion. And he took on upstart Yuya Uemura. Yuya picked up the win here. Yuya's got to be one of the guys that's a early favorite to win this tournament, especially the way he was taken out of the tournament last year. But yeah, he picked up a big win here with the deadpool suplex. So
yeah, there was a stretch in this where they were going back and forth towards the end, both trying to gain ground, and the way that Yuya was working in that and how smooth he was, I was like, oh, this guy is coming to win this fucking tournament, man. He was going 1,000 miles per hour. Boltin Oleg, incredible. The way that he does his bounce back thing and is like you think you got him, but then he's immediately back with something, that fucking standing drop kick that he does that shoots guys across the ring. Incredible.
Yeah, very big guy, throws people around. That move where he just like, it's not like a tour of violence, but it's kind of the same hand motion and things. Really cool wrestler, man.
Yeah, big guy.
Big men wrestlers are so fun to watch, and I feel like it's kind of a dying breed in the US. Like there's some really good ones here, but it's kind of hard to book them as an attraction now, which it shouldn't be. But when you see guys like Omos, for example, it shouldn't be that hard to book this guy as a big special attraction. But for some reason, they're having a hard time with it. I mean, they're at AEW as well. They kind of have a hard time booking big men wrestlers for some reason.
I mean, universally across the board, I think in pro wrestling, that's how it is. Like when Booker had that quote where he was like, they don't book Omos because it's hard to book big man wrestlers. I'm like,
that shouldn't be.
What do you mean? I'm like, wrestling historically has been built off the back of big man wrestlers. They told it for so long, like this is what the business is on. That David versus Goliath type deal is such a thing. And like New Japan, they'll get it. They book the guys, but it's rare that guy's like world champion, you know?
Yeah, I thought that they booked Hikuleo very well as a big guy wrestler. He looked distinct. He stood out from a crowd. He didn't stay there long enough to have a real singles push, but I think if he stayed longer, he probably would have.
He definitely had the look.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, AEW doesn't get it either. Maybe one day wrestling will understand.
I feel like AEW's gonna eventually get this big man that is just undeniable, and they're gonna have to. I know that AEW as an alternative has been kind of the place where smaller guys succeed, but they're inevitably gonna get a big guy that is just undeniable.
Everybody thought that was Wardlow, but let's keep it real, you guys.
They got a few guys that I feel like should be pushed a lot better.
I've seen a lot of people saying that they think the big homie is on a trajectory to win the AEW World Championship, and I'm like, that's sick. Like I've seen multiple people fantasy book that. I'm like, all right.
I don't know if I see that happening soon, but he was staring at that belt on Wednesday, so maybe this is leading to him getting a title match. I don't know.
See. Yeah.
Shota Umino took on El Fantasmo. Of course, they have a connection from earlier this year. Shota Umino is still being booked very strangely. At some point, I thought they were just going to turn him heel. No, they're still trying to push him as a babyface. The crowd was very tepid to him. All of the notes that you thought were supposed to hit, like him embracing LP at the end and having the happy ending and him embracing Jado, it didn't get like the reaction in the arena that I think they thought it would. and it was just awkward. It's just very awkward. And Shota's a good wrestler, man. I thought that he wrestled a solid match against El Phantasmo, but I think the thing that's still missing here is the direction that the fans are on board with. And it just doesn't feel like the fans are on board with the current direction for him.
Right. And this year, he's kind of did multiple different things, and fans are still like, what is this? Like, it's a hard place to try to figure out when the wrestler's still trying to figure himself out, you know?
Yeah, but this was a very El Phantasmo match. He did all of the cool stuff he does where he stands on the middle rope and then jumps back into the ring and does that springboard move he does and then comes back and does the moonsault. All looks very good. Shota Umino did pick up the win here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing with him currently. I thought they were heading in a direction and now they're not. I don't know.
Is there a world where he could win this whole thing?
I hope not. Why? Because why at this point? Like you got a certain reception to him getting the main event last year. Why would you then try to go back to that exact same main event with Zach and not change anything? I don't think that's the way to go. Unless you're going to turn this guy heel and do something drastically different, why would you do that?
Right. And they got to fully commit. Seems like that's the thing. They're not fully committing to either one of the things.
No.
And as somebody on the come up, you got to commit.
Yeah. Ryohei Oiwa took on David Finlay. David Finlay has been on a bit of a slump since he lost the match to Evil. I still don't understand why he lost that dog collar match, but here we are. Very weird booking choice, but David Finlay took on Oiwa. Oiwa is like the other TMDK guys, doing some of the limb targeting. He's doing the submissions. He came with his game plan, and it worked. It worked to perfection. Picked up the win over David Finlay. Finlay is still like one of the most improved wrestlers in the world. I still continue to say that I was totally wrong about this guy. I think that he pulled out a really good match here with Oiwa, and I have no doubt that he's going to have a good run in this tournament. But they're still trying to sell the storyline of he's on a slump after that loss to Evil.
And it's working out for him. I think the way that he's working the matches, he's kind of in that, like, the way that Mox was working this week of like, I'm still trying to figure it out. I've been telling people I'm this guy, and I'm still trying to get back to being that guy, but it's taking some time. Yeah.
But I did like this match. Oiwa was another guy. He's on the list of the young guys that New Japan has right now, where I'm just like, this guy, he's going to be something. He's on that list with Yuya and Tsuji, where those guys are eventually going to be the top stars in his company.
Dude, Oiwa's look, when you see him, you're like, oh, this guy's about to fucking run this place. And the way that he works, like, there's a trajectory and kind of pecking order of where these guys are landing. And you're seeing a lot of them displayed in this first round of the guys that won, what the future of this company is. But Oiwa was fucking climbing the list, man. He looks fantastic.
Very quickly, I think that they did the right thing, putting him next to Zach, putting him in a group with a stable that's, climbing the ladder as one of the hot stables in the company. So, yeah, I'm very excited for this guy's future. Definitely buying a lot of Oiwa stock at the moment.
Facts.
Konosuke Takeshita took on Gabe Kidd. If you watched our Gabe Kidd interview, Gabe Kidd does not like this guy
at all.
He has talked trash to him several times. He talked trash to him right after that big cage match earlier this year. During our interview, he was like, I'm sick of this DDT young boy coming over here and acting like this is his company.
What dojo did he train at? This guy's nuts.
He's not a New Japan guy. I represent New Japan. And so this match felt inevitable. For them to come right out the gate and do it in the first round of the tournament was really cool. Straight away, they're very much positioning Takeshita as a guy that can conceivably win this tournament.
Yeah.
He's my pick to win. So that's not a shocker, but they're definitely presenting this guy as a big threat that can win this tournament. Having the match they had, Takeshita was walloping this guy. Really, really good match. I love like how they went back and forth. I love the storyline to it that Gabe has had from the entire year of I waved the flag for this company harder than anybody else. You're not just going to come over here, DDT AEW guy and think you're gonna come and get in this tournament and get a shot at the world title. Why should you get that? And Takeshita's just like, I don't care about none of that.
Care.
I'm just about to kick your ass.
That is legit my favorite bit of Takeshita. That's where the most Okada vibes that I get from Takeshita is like, I don't care about this pageantry. I don't care about this big show. I don't care about you think you're going to win. I'm going to come in here, knock your fucking block off, and like, it's going to be nonchalant. I'm going to be relaxed about it. And he's coming into this tournament with that vibes, coming off of this big AEW weekend. And coming into this, there's a lot of people, not just Phil, being like, this guy could win this tournament. Mm-hmm. He's wrestling like he could fucking win this tournament, dude. Some of the blows he had on Gabe, I was like, you mad? Are y'all beefing?
That Blue Thunder bomb he hit him with. Whoo. What a great match. I love the finish to this match as well. Gabe tried to reverse the Raging Fire. Well, he did. Sorry, he reversed the Raging Fire into a big brain buster, and then afterwards Takeshita locked him up into a chicken wing, forced him to pass out, and he won. As he was waking up, he realized that he lost and got furious because he's just like, I mean, everything about it. When he gets out of the ring and he's just distraught with himself for losing it, and you can see Takeshita in the ring behind him. What a great visual. I absolutely love this finish.
Fucking great storytelling. Because you don't want to pin Gabe a lot on the way that his trajectory and how he's coming up, but you still want him to look like a badass if he's going to lose this match to Takeshita, and having him pass out. That's just wrestling 101 of like, he didn't tap. It wasn't his fault. Like, his body just kind of gave up on him. And the way that he sold it, like, that sells the whole thing of him getting up and be like, I can't, all the shit that I talk, all the thing that I did, I carried this flag and I lost in the first round to this guy.
Yeah, and that easily sets up a rematch for him later, either in this tournament or later in the year.
Yep.
Even if Takeshita doesn't win, I could easily see Gabe Kidd versus Takeshita for the IWGP Global Championship at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, crazy. Takeshita's having a big dome match regardless.
Yes. I also really like Takeshita in the press conference saying, this company doesn't mean as much to some other people here because this is where they always wanted to be, but I love wrestling. No matter if I love this company as much as the rest of you guys, I just love pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying all the right things, man. I'm telling you, there's a very good chance this guy's gonna win this tournament.
This guy really gets it, man. He understands that that can drive people. A lot of people also just care about pro wrestling and where where they go. So I think that if he does win this tournament, it's going to be something else. AEW is going to have to do something off the backs of it.
Yeah. I think there's a very good chance that he could win and become the next IWGP heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable.
I think there's a very good chance of that.
Mm-hmm.
Tsuji took on Sonata. Sonata is still doing his his weird gear that he comes out with. He had the jacket with like all the speakers all over it and his guitar. It all looks crazy, but it's much more interesting than what he was doing when he was trying to do the Inoki cosplay as a part of Just 5 Guys. I wasn't into that. This is at least feels more interesting.
Some personality.
He's got more personality. He's got more swag to him. I enjoy it. Yota Tsuji beat this guy pretty convincingly though with a Gene Blaster, and I think that's the way this should go because Sonata has moved into being a heel. I know some people are going to be like, "This is a big downgrade for him," but Tsuji's one of those guys. He's won a New Japan Cup. He's been on the cusp of like a big world title win a few times now. So yeah, he should come into this tournament straight away and get a big win.
Right. Yeah. It shouldn't even be a thing. Like, he's projected to be one of the winners of this. And coming into this, we all knew that he was going to rack up a bunch of victories in this.
Yeah. I mean, you've got, the connection from them both being a part of LIJ at one point. Like all of the story stuff they did here, I really enjoyed it. The match itself, it wasn't very long, but I enjoyed it.
I like the way that Sonata works as a heel too. So
yes. Ren Narita versus Zack Sabre Jr. was another crazy upset on this card because Ren Narita beat the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. I saw glimpses of what I initially liked about Ren Narita when they were proclaiming him to be one of the Three Musketeers. And it, again, made me so confused as to why they put this guy in a house of torture with the way that he wrestles, putting him in there with possibly the greatest technical wrestler in the world. And he came in with a game plan of, I'm going to use the post to try to work your knee, and I'm going to use that to beat you. That's what I would like Ren Narita to do. I don't need to do all the shenanigans and all this house of torture stuff. Just go in there and wrestle like what do you call it? Shibata's Rock Lee, man. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, this is the most confusing that I've been watching a New Japan wrestler, because I was like, wait, this is the guy they got hiding away behind fucking shenanigans and using that damn pole, and just like, I'm like, no, this guy could work if they just let him. Like, I understand trying to build a character. Like, he's gotten I think he's taken on his character a little more than the rest of the other Musketeers go, but it's so attached to House of Torture stuff that you don't get to see the other parts of it. So you see him in matches like this, and you see him against high caliber Zack Sabre Jr. doing the wrestling shit that you would expect, being able to go toe to toe with Zack Sabre Jr. and getting a victory. Like, well, why is this guy being locked away in this group?
Yeah, I don't get it.
He got one.
I'm glad that he won this without the usual House of Torture shenanigans. Getting a clean win like this over Zack Sabre Jr. is a shocker, but I feel like he needed this. He desperately needed something like this.
Bad. This is perfect timing, I think, for the tournament. All the guys in that little class that should be cooking had a pretty good showing in this first round.
Yeah, I think all of the new school guys that they want us to think are the future of this company, they came straight out the gate and got big wins. Yeah. Tsuji, Shota, Ren Narita, Oleg, Oyawa, all of those guys straight away got big wins.
And they all can fucking work.
Yes. The main event, I really enjoyed. This guy, Hiroshi Tanahashi, man, he keeps doing it, man. I keep thinking, like, I don't know, man. I keep expecting him to have a match I don't like. He hasn't had a match I don't like in a long time. This farewell run he's been on has been really good. In the main event of this show, he faced Taichi, and I love the story of two guys that have become fan favorites going up against each other. And Tanahashi's like, this is my last G1 Climax, which sounds crazy to say, but this is my last attempt at winning this tournament. I'm going to come out and make a statement and win my first match in the main event. I'm going to celebrate and do my air guitar and everything. And usually I probably would have been like, oh, you could have just gave Taichi the win, bro. The vibes were there. I was standing up like, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's been on, but he's been on the right track. When they announced this farewell tour, it was like a bunch of emotions we went through, because like some of the matches he's had previous to this last year, it's like, man, Tanahashi, it looks like a struggle to be out there. He's gone through these matches this last 6, 7, 8 months don't look like a struggle. He's figured out how to work and be him and still have all the stuff that we love about him and have great matches like this. I'm excited about it. It's awesome. Him becoming just like a angry kind of vet status, but also still all the charisma and great stuff that you love about him. He's still the man. Like, it's great.
Yeah, comes out there. Russell's a very crafty style. He's still got the psychology. He's still got the storytelling.
That's what separates him.
And I think like the experience level, that's what separates him from the pack. And
yeah,
like you, man, we've seen a few Tanahashi matches over the past few years where I'm like, man, he looks like he's hurting, man. Those
some live, I was like, oh, Tana, my man. I think I saw him wrestle Okada in San Jose, and I was like, oh, but it hasn't been like that.
Yeah, I was like, man, these knees they're hurting him. But recently, like you can tell he's a lot slower than he was. He's not as athletic as he used to be, but man, these matches recently, this has been his best stretch of matches, in my opinion, in a long time.
Crazy. I mean, saving it up for your retirement year makes a lot of sense. And this is going to end. When this ends, Phil, I don't know.
Gonna be emotional.
It's gonna be so fucking emotional.
Gonna be emotional. I was sitting getting emotional at Windy City Riot, knowing like this is his last match in the US. I was like, what does this company look like without Tanahashi and Okada and a lot of the guys that I came into this watching? I don't know, man, but yeah, what a great main event, man. I was so happy with the way this went. Tai Chi's gonna be fine. It's just still so funny that Tai Chi, who was hated at one point, like hated, he's become a fan favorite for people.
I remember going on the internet after a couple of Wrestle Kingdoms and them being like, "Get this guy out of here. He doesn't deserve to be in this company. We fucking hate him." Like this guy had go away heat, and it has definitely the whole thing has changed.
Yeah.
I remember the first time being like, who is this Tai Chi guy? They're destroying him. Like, they hate this man. I had to go and seek out his work to be like, oh, it's not as bad as they be to give it.
Yeah, he used to come out with he still does. It comes out with the Freddie Mercury microphone, and he's doing and he never even tries to look like he's singing. It always looks like he's clearly lip singing, and it makes it funny every time. He's slowly raising his hand, and everything.
Same thing every time. It never changes. Committed to the bit.
Yeah, Tai Chi is great. I think that the run with Zach as the Dangerous Techers definitely helped him. That made him a more endearing character. But yeah, people wanted Tai Chi to win this match, man. And Tai Chi is well liked in Osaka. And so to have the actual suspense of who's actually going to pull this out, and for these two guys be the two guys that you have this drama with Tanahashi, who, like we said, was looking like it might be time to hang it up at one point. And he came out and had a great match with Tai Chi.
Unreal.
Crazy.
Well deserved. What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. We got another night of the G1 coming up tomorrow morning. The big match for that show, the main event, will be Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Gabe Kidd. Very excited for that. We also have Tai Chi taking on Yuya Uemura. This one as well, because these two guys do not have bad matches. El Phantasmo versus Konosuke Takeshita. Very, very excited to see these guys wrestle again. Yota Tsuji will be taking on Evil. Shingo Takagi versus Great Okan. David Finlay versus Sonata. Yoshihashi versus Ren Narita. Bolden Oleg will be taking on Oiwa. That one should be me too. Very excited for that one. Shota Umino versus Drilla Maloney.
Okay.
And Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Callum Newman.
Hot. I'm interested to see Shota and Drilla, because Drilla could bring that kind of aggressive thing that Shota needs. Drilla's gonna try to get that out of him. We'll see what happens, but I'm Drilla. Something about Drilla, man. His confidence, the way that he moves around the ring, like that guy's one of those guys.
Yeah, he looks like a big monster. I'm gonna throw my bold prediction out. I think Drilla's gonna win.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna pull out this big upset win over Shota.
Shota's gonna have to do something, brother. It's in there, Shota. We see it.
He's shown glimpses of it. He's shown glimpses this year. And I'm someone that didn't hate the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, but I just don't know how you just go back to that. It's a very WWE thing to do. Like, nope, this is the baby face. This is our handpicked guy. Love it or hate it. This is what you're gonna get. And I think that that's a mistake. I think that they should turn him heel.
Especially when there's other guys at his same level that are doing some amazing work that could be in that position and it'd be different, you know?
Yes. Despite some of the complaints about New Japan's last pay-per-view, which were valid, there were definitely some odd booking choices on that show. I thought this show was pretty good. They finally put Tanahashi Jam on a streaming platform as well. So you can watch Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr. if you have not seen that yet. G1 is one of the best times of the year, man. One of the best tournaments in wrestling. I suspect this will be no different. And if this goes the way I think, could be in for a very exciting Wrestle Kingdom match.
the way that everybody was working this first round, I'm like, oh, this is about to be some shit. These guys are working like they want to do this. So I'm excited to see the rest of this. I'm excited about the winner and Wrestle Kingdom. Like New Japan is getting to that good part of the year where shit gets hot.
Yeah. Send us in your super chats.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that is the best way to get your chats read on the air. And of course, you can send us Humper Chats at humperchats.com/fightful.
I think this is the homie Tony P who said, "Forgot my petty of the week in the Humper. Coldplay Kiss Cam 1."
I thought you did put it in there. Didn't you say? Didn't you say Cope was your petty of the week winner?
Both of them, Cope and Coldplay.
Yeah,
both of them. But yeah, that's definitely the petty of the week because lives are definitely affected.
What Chris Martin did. Chris Martin was just trying to put on a show.
He was a part of this. The homie Len Gott says triple fraud lied to y'all, man. He said he sees talent. He clearly doesn't. Not when Bailey has nothing to do. Not when you got Drew at his peak doing a match aim at casual for Summerfest. Oh yeah, did you like that little Jimmy Fallon bit this week, Phil?
Nothing for me. I'm good.
Not 1 point of it.
No. I get the appeal of it. I get the appeal of because it reminded me a lot of studio show wrestling.
Yes,
which is cool. And that's what I initially liked about NWA Power when it came back. I just don't care about Jelly Roll wrestling.
That's it.
I just don't. Not for me.
It doesn't. It's starting to not have the same. Like if we're getting if celebrities are in everything, it doesn't hit the same. Like when one celebrity per year, it's going to hit hard. But if a celebrity is already on the show, then why would I give a shit about Jelly Roll? You know?
This is exactly what I said when I was asked about it on Ask Grapsody. The novelty of the celebrity match doesn't hit the same when celebrities are always on the show. When you've got Logan Paul on the show almost year round, it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't feel as much like a special attraction.
No. And Jelly Roll's been on a few times. Like it's like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's training really hard." And I'm like, "Okay, I hear you, but it doesn't."
Yeah, and I'm sure
all the wrestlers fucking train hard. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm sure the match is going to be fun. They're going to make sure that the match looks good because they aren't going to let any celebrity get on a big pay-per-view and it looks bad. So he's going to look good. It just isn't for me. I have no interest in it personally.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll do a big spectacle. It'll be all over the news. Jelly Roll's a fucking big star. Like, of course.
Yeah, Chokeslam looked good.
He can do that. The homie also says, not Goldberg going Walter greater than Gunther. Damn. Yet another reminder that AEW does legends better than WWE. You lost another triple fraud.
Bro, he be on Triple H's neck, bro.
What's on his neck, his back, his head. I can't say that for AEW because we've only seen a couple of examples, but so far it's doing good.
Yeah.
Like the Sting shit, of course, is amazing, like.
Yeah, I do think so far in their first 6 years, AEW has been a great outlet for wrestlers to, go and find another lease on life and write their final chapter the way that they want to. It hasn't always been perfect, but right now their batting average is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty high. And like just historically, there was always WWE was the only option. Like guys weren't even going to have a chance to be on a bigger platform and to get a kind of send off like that. So they're definitely batting a high average. Appreciate that, bro. Van Twin Blade says, where does Bill Goldberg fall on the top 10 most unsafe workers? Is he above or below New Jack? He ended Bret Hart's career, so he's high up there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Bret could have still been doing this thing, so. And then the Undertaker thing, Brock Lesnar.
I forgot about the Undertaker match.
He up there.
Yeah, I don't want to rank unsafe wrestlers. I won't do that. Y'all not about to have them clipping this. Like, look what they're doing on that podcast. Nah, I'm good.
I've been slammed before. They said if you've been in the ring before, you could do it. I forgot I have that badge. I have been slammed. I have backyard wrestled, so I can say who's an unsafe worker or not. I'm totally just kidding. I appreciate that, Van Twin Blade. Do it says, happy Grapsody Day, y'all. Coming in late. An awesome week of wrestling. I'm going to need Gabe Kidd and Takeshita to have a best of 7. Then Kidd and Brody King. Brody King in G1. Like, next year, y'all might want to think about it.
Come on. We need to see it.
Y'all might want to think about that next year because I think he'd hit pretty hard in this, figuratively and literally, you know. So, yeah, Gabe Kidd is going to build that thing back up, I think, in this tournament. So it's good for him. Appreciate that, Ardo.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a rematch with Takeshita.
Mm-hmm. That's all of our super chats. Appreciate y'all.
We've got some more Humper chats. See, I read that one from Wonga. Appreciate you, buddy. We got one from Tyrone Kidd. He says, "Afternoon, Graps. I like to talk about things I didn't expect. I didn't expect Reg to actually be taller than Phil. Phil looks like he's 6'3".
I'm not.
I saw the Hurt Syndicate interview. I didn't expect Dame to get paid $14 million to rehab. That's wild to me. Now I think I'm like the second tallest of the three of us, and I'm not very tall.
I'm gonna say I'm not taller than Phil. Those pictures are some trickery. It was a bit. I probably was standing on something higher than him. Definitely the shortest one of all of us. I hate standing next to these guys. Honestly, makes me look like a little midget.
Yeah.
The Dame thing. I
did not expect after all of this for him to end it up back in Portland. I mean, this is the first time he's had a chance to go into free agency and choose where he wants to go. Because all that stuff in Portland went the way it looked like he was going to try and force his way out, and then he changed his mind, and then Portland was like, "Nah, we're trading you." And then he got traded to Milwaukee. And so I figured after the Milwaukee run, especially once they waived him, okay, now he's going to get a chance to go where he wants. And nope, he's just going to go back to Portland. I did not see that coming at all.
Huh? That's I was on Facebook and I scrolled past the thing and I thought it was one of those joke things, and I was like, "Oh no, this is real. This is ESPN. This is official." I was like, "Wait, no, I don't. What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, he came out and said, you know, he's had a lot of times in Portland. He could rehab there, close to home. All these things that are benefits." But I'm like, "But what about like winning a basketball?"
Listen, he saw the grass wasn't that much greener. I'm about to go back home. I don't know. I mean, on the financial side, he did pretty good. He's still going to make the money that he would have made on his Milwaukee Bucks contract. They still got to pay him the contract, and then he got a whole new deal with Portland. Did pretty good.
He's up. He's definitely up. Speedy recovery to the homie, but interesting choice.
But yeah, paying him that, and he's not going to be able to play next year. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to go back to Portland, and then B, I wasn't expecting him to sign a new contract this fast. So good for him.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah. I think that's a cool story, though, him getting to end his career in Portland. He's probably the best Portland Trailblazer player of all time at this point.
Mm-hmm. Getting able to finish out the career there. That's a cool story.
Yeah, right up there with Gervin and gotta put Sheed in there. To me, Sheed's all-time great Portland player. Bonzi.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yes, right. Clyde Drexler as well. I'm sorry, I said Gervin. Gervin is a San Antonio Spur.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde Drexler.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't enough to get stop Mike from winning that second championship.
Yeah.
I remember. That's why it's so funny when people are like, Clyde Drexler is just he beat Clyde Drexler. He's nobody. I remember how they were talking about Clyde before Jordan beat him. They were acting like Clyde was better than him. Y'all went outside.
Yeah, no, there was definitely a time where they were like, Clyde is the guy. I remember. Like, I think I might have had a Clyde jersey. Like, he was before Jordan came and ruined his whole life. Jordan came and ruined a lot of people's life. Like, niggas were thinking they were going to be the one.
Clyde was considered at that point one of the best shooting guards of all time.
Mm-hmm.
the meme of Jordan doing the shrug is because people are like, he can't shoot as good as Drexler. He can't shoot threes. And then he had that game where he was hitting all them threes, and he was like, go figure.
That's why I said I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
He ruined so many people's lives. I see why people be so mad at him. But the energy around Jordan's so different because all those guys are like, we loved him. It's great. He talked a lot of shit, but he's still the GOAT. And like, it don't work like that with the guys that played against Kobe. It's just very different.
The turnaround on people now trying to slander Kobe after people had galvanized around him when he passed away is so fascinating to watch because this guy went from one of the greatest villains in basketball history to a guy that was beloved towards the end of his career and his tragic death. And then now it's back to people slandering the guy again. It's crazy.
Like full on. Everybody's like, hey, he wasn't actually that great. I'm like, oh, all right, dude.
Yeah,
no. Basketball is so funny.
Yeah. More from Tony P. He says, as for SS as a whole, I'm assuming you mean SummerSlam. As for SummerSlam as a whole, I'm only looking forward to 3 matches. On to the G1. I slept for most of it, but saw Oleg versus Yuya and sadly Evil versus Newman. I heard about the other matches and going to watch as I listen to y'all. With that, have a good weekend, everybody. Yeah, I thought it was a good show overall. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Great start, I think, to, like I was saying, the future of New Japan is really on display, and I think that's going to be kind of the tail of this tournament.
Yeah. We got more from Tyrone Kidd. He says, I didn't expect the best and most consistent storyline is the big 3. I love the amount of work in and out of the ring, especially the fact that Bianca and Jade still haven't talked yet. Gives this more layers. I didn't expect Meltz to not give the women. I'm sorry, he said I did expect Meltz to not give the women 5 stars. Yeah, it almost feels like it's turning into a bit like y'all want them to get 5 stars. Nope. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, it's consistently becoming a bit too. Really makes me laugh because it's like these matches that I think are going to be the ones are never the ones, but that's the thing at this point.
Yeah, but it's the same with the ratings talk. People will be like, oh, I don't care about this. And then when it comes out, how could he not give him? I thought you didn't care about his ratings. So
every Friday, Phil, I'm like, I thought you guys didn't care about Meltzer, but the whole timeline is about what was in the Observer. I'm like, but huh?
Yeah, Meltzer's reaction to that NXT show was also all over my timeline. People were very much laughing at that, and I was just like, I don't know.
Did you watch it?
I did not. I haven't had time. It's just been a lot of wrestling.
Well, we should maybe talk about the TNA show because we don't like TNA.
Yeah, I suppose. We got. I'm trying to see how many more Humper chats we had before. I think we only have this one left from Emery. I just want to double check.
Hove, Tommy. The places we can go. Do you want to ride?
Yeah, Emery with a very generous Humper chat. He says, I just got into a cab and Real Love was on. I was like, oh my God, it's Grapsody time. I never catch y'all live, but I'm a loyal audio listener. I commute from Newark, New Jersey to Bronx daily, and I love Grapsody on Mondays. That's quite a commute.
Wow.
Yeah, I take it you're probably going to SummerSlam because it will be in Newark. Should be a good time.
This is the 2-day one?
Yes.
2-day shows, man. So long.
Yes. For Mr. Priestley 5, he says, I've directed to keep it kayfabe. I directed Keep It Kayfabe, a doc with Speedball. Had the privilege of chatting about it with SRS yesterday. Its world premiere is July 24th at 8:05 p.m. at the San Diego Comic-Con. Speedball Q&A. If Reg, Phil, or any listeners will be at Comic-Con, you should definitely come out. Yeah, that sounds great. Awesome. That's still on my bucket list to get to San Diego Comic-Con some year. I've been to a bunch of Comic-Cons. I've never been to the big ones. I've never been to the one in New York or San Diego, though.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely want to check it out. I think Denise is doing a panel or something at this year's Comic-Con. She'll be there. But that's definitely going to be dope. Check out that Speedball documentary. I can't wait to watch it when it officially drops.
Yes. From Christine, she says, "Good morning, guys. Just left the club in Osaka, but wanted to say last week I went to a small wrestling vintage store in Tokyo and ran into Zack Sabre Jr. No one in real life cares so much. I thought I'd tell y'all. Love the work as usual and keen to catch up later." Appreciate you, Christine. Wow. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that are like, they've just seen Zack just walking around in the wild. Which is very funny.
The world champion just chilling. He's just out here.
Yeah. And of course, Denise is going to be there because always booked and busy.
Every time.
Yeah. Somebody in our chat is saying, pretty sure Denise is doing the headlock.
Oh, yeah.
The headlock comic thing, which is run by a friend of the show, Big Mike Kingston. So,
sick.
That's no dope. I just see Mike at C2E2.
All right, shout out to Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike.
That is all of our Humper chats.
That's all of our supers too.
Let's pull up this Slamversary card. Sorry, you guys have to deal with my post-nasal drip. Yeah, Slamversary will be coming to you tomorrow night, July 20th at the UBS Arena. It's a quick, little concise 7-match card. Okay. Got two matches on the pre-show. See, on the pre-show, we've got a 6-man tag match. Steve Macklin, Jake Something, and Matt Warner taking on the Rope Breakers, which is the real one, Lila Fatu, and Josh Bishop. I've seen this fourth rope Enzo promo multiple times on my timeline. That's great promotion for them. Hopefully that gets them some more people coming out to fourth rope shows.
Agreed. I hope this leads to more for fourth rope. They keep expanding and having bigger and better things. It looks like they're going to be at West Side Gun Day this year. Them being a part of this pretty big TNA show, I think is great for them.
Yes. Elegance brand will be taking on wait, do I have this mixed up? Sorry. To the three-way? Sorry. The triple threat match? This is confusing to me. Anyway, Elegance brand will be taking on the Inspiration for the TNA Knockouts Championship. Of course, Elegance brand is Ash by Elegance, Heather by Elegance, taking on Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay. Oh, I see. It's their managers that's also because it says it with M by Elegance and their personal concierge. That's why I was confused. Like, is this a triple threat match? But no, it's not. It's just Ash and Heather taking on Inspiration.
Gotcha. That should be fun.
Yeah, it should be cool. We got the match that I hope slaps because big fan of one of the guys in this match. Moose will be defending the TNA X Division Championship against Leon Slater. Put that belt on Slater, guys. Like, it's time. The way that he lost the Ultimate X match, this is the time, bro. Put that belt on Leon Slater, guys.
They've been building up Leon Slater for multiple months as the future of the X Division. Definitely the future super young guy, ready for the spotlight. You got to put the belt on him tonight. I think they've had a nice run with Moose as the X Division champion. They've went to some different heights and he's defended the belt like in Mexico and like really kind of emphasize what the X Division can be. But yeah, it's definitely Leon Slater time, and I hope they do it.
Yeah, it's his time. So hopefully that's where we're heading. Still confusing that they went with Moose as X Division champion at this current time where you could be. It's so many interesting things like Leon Slater with that belt taking on guys from NXT. Now you had that partnership. Like, let's get to it, man. Leon Slater with that belt against Javon. Like, come on, man. Get to the big matches.
And like Moose was X Division champion, and like Mustafa Ali's there, and like Cedric Alexander's there, and like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand that decision, but Leon Slater time, hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
That finish.
That should be the outcome of this.
Mm-hmm.
Got a man tag match. The Dark State will be taking on Matt Cardona and the System. Sorry.
The Dark State.
Yeah, Dark State is Deion Lennox, Osiris Griffin, Saquon Segur, and Cutler James. They're taking on Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC.
Oh, the first group is from NXT.
Yeah, it's the what do you call it? The Retribution style guys.
The new Retribution.
The new Retribution.
I like a couple of those guys. That should be fun.
Yeah. Tessa Blanchard will be taking on Indy Hartwell. I've seen a bunch of the segments. Indy's like, nah, you don't know me like that. I'm going to beat you. This should be good. Tessa, for all of her failings and the controversy around her, is still a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so frustrating that she did not handle the situation better. Which is whatever, but I think that this match can be good. I've seen Indy have some pretty solid matches in her post WWE run, and in there with somebody like Tessa, this should hit. I'm curious how long they're gonna be able to keep Tessa out of the Knockouts title picture.
Not very long. I thought that by now she would already be there because, like you said, beyond all the crazy and wild things that she did and went through, she's still a really good wrestler and could lead this division. They're kind of basing it around the division around her without the championship already. So it seems like it's only a matter of time.
Yes. See, Mustafa Ali will be taking on Cedric Alexander. We've seen these guys have several bangers from NXT. Sorry, not NXT, but 205 Live. So looking forward to this. This should be a fun one. I don't know who wins this. I have to assume because Cedric's just coming in. Maybe you give Cedric the win here. But I can also see Mustafa Ali picking up the win to keep the feud going.
Yeah, seems like the way that they've been booking Ali, I could see him getting the victory in the first match. If they're going to continue this feud, him kind of getting it here would work. But it is also the big show. Cedric is just coming in. He has a lot of, fanfare behind him. Maybe it'd be his time to get the victory. Cedric has been looking great in TNA. The gear, the physique, all the stuff. Like, he's a big time guy, could be in the main event of any show. Putting him immediately in with Ali and them kind of rehashing the great things they've done before, I think is the way to go. This could be the match of the show if they get the time, which I'm sure they will.
Yes. The Nemeth, Nick and Ryan Nemeth will be taking on the Hardys and the Rascals, Myron Reed and Zachary Wentz, and First Class, AJ Francis, Casey Navarro for the TNA World Tag Team Championship in a 4-way ladder match. This should be dope. Like, with the amount of talent that's in this match, I have no doubt that this is going to be one of the best matches on the show.
I just want them to let Matt and fucking Jeff Hardy rest. Quit putting them in these fucking ladder matches. They've done 5 million. Their backs are broken. It's fine. We understand what they're doing here. But yeah, there's so many talented people in this match that I'm sure that they're going to go balls to the wall. TNA not having like an Ultimate X match or anything like that. They have this match to be the kind of big plunder match, and I'm sure they're going to go balls to the wall. Anytime people are in a match with the Hardys, they want to go extra just because what it means and represents. So I'm sure this is going to be one of the matches of the night, and I hope everybody's safe out there.
Yeah, great to see Myron Reed in this. I still think somebody should sign this guy and push him to the moon because he's so good. Casey Navarro is another guy that I think is extremely underrated.
Tremendous.
He's such a great talent. He's a great talker. He wrestles very well. So yeah, again, I can see this being one of the best matches on this show, just given some of the guys in this thing.
Yeah, Myron and KC, both those guys, I don't understand why they're not in higher positions. They both are tremendous in the ring. I think KC on the mic is awesome. Like, I don't know what's up, but glad to see them on display here, and this should be fun.
Yes. Masha Slamovich will be taking on JC Jane in a winner-take-all match for the TNA Knockouts World Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, this is the follow-up to the match from Evolution.
Yes, I think that the homegirl JC Jane is going to winner take all here with how they've been setting this thing up, with how they've been pushing her kind of on both shows. I think that they're trying to give her the ball to run with. I would love to see Masha do this. I would also love to see her win, but I kind of feel like this might be JC's night.
I think JC's going to win as well. I don't know where you go from here with Masha, though.
Right.
And that's kind of my question, but that's kind of always the issue when you do these winner take all matches. It's like, where do you then go, and how do you deal with the having two champions on one person? I don't know the answer to that, but I do feel like with the way that they're using JC, I just don't see her losing. I still think that Blake Monroe is going to be the one that beats JC. Yep. They're still setting up stuff between her and Jordan, so I can't see JC losing after all of this time to somebody from TNA.
Right. That's the only thing that was driving me. I was like, JC has so many stories kind of already set up on NXT that I can't see them derailing any of those things. That's why I think she's going to beat Masha. Like they're not going to slot Masha in some of those things that she has going on.
I would like to be pleasantly surprised and see Masha come out of this, and then Masha gets more exposure on NXT and gets to have some big matches over there. I just don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Could be a surprise.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong, but to give JC a win over Stephanie Becker and just the push that they were giving Stephanie, and then to just immediately abruptly stop that and send Stephanie to the main roster and give JC that win. Again, I just don't see them giving her that kind of win and then having her lose to somebody from TNA.
Can't. It's not what this partnership is.
Yeah, I mean, but even not just like that's not what this partnership is. I just don't understand that booking decision with the way that you've booked JC since she beat Stephanie. I don't see that. I just don't see her going to Slamversary and losing. Yeah, because I think right now you're trying to stack up the big wins for her so that it feels like a big deal when someone like Blake beats her.
Yep. That's why I can't see her losing. Gonna win those belts.
Yeah. The main event will be Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry, Mike Santana. It's got to be Mike Santana's time, right?
I mean, he's been on a trajectory, how he's been talking, how he's been working, how he's been moving since he got to TNA for that belt. I thought that when Trick beat Joe Hendry on that show, I was super surprised. I think a lot of us were surprised because we were all like, but what about Mike Santana? He's been like being built up to be this guy. He's been built up to be this. Joe Hendry was on this kind of trajectory. It was kind of confusing as to why Trick was slotted in there, but they're trying to sell this partnership. They're trying to sell the crossover, the unexpected stuff. So that makes sense. But yeah, Mike Santana definitely has to leave this pay-per-view as the TNA World Champion. He's been holding the TNA flag on his back. He has so much history that it only makes sense for that to happen.
Yeah, I think Santana's just been on a great run since last year. I mean, he's in the best shape I've ever seen him in. He looks motivated. He's been killing it with House of Glory and on the Indies, and all of the matches I've seen of him on the pay-per-views for TNA, he looks the part. I just don't see a world where he doesn't win here, and I don't think he's going to beat Trick Williams. I do think he's going to pin Joe Hendry, but I don't see how you move forward and don't just give him the win here. It just feels like it's his time.
That would be crazy. TNA has done some crazy bits before, though. That wouldn't be surprising if like Trick just retained. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the only reason I could see for Trick to retain if they're going to do a one-on-one match later down the line, but with him and Santana, and just give Santana the win over Trick Williams. But I don't know. Slammiversary, this is your biggest show of the year. Let's give him the win, I think.
Yeah, I think you want to end your biggest show of the year with the guy in your company holding that belt up high. So
I would think so. But yeah, that's a Slammiversary card. Again, that is tomorrow, July 20th, UBS Arena. Should be a good one. Oh, of course, the big news is that AJ Styles will be in the building for this.
Right.
One of the names that is synonymous with this brand and what this means. Once they had the partnership with TNA, I was just like, oh, you got to have AJ Styles over there at some point, right? He's got to have a match or something.
They haven't announced if it's a match, though. They're just like, AJ Styles is going to appear on this pay-per-view. I think we would all love to see him in a match anywhere in the world, but seeing him there where he kind of built that house, do that would be dope. But just announcing him for your big show after this partnership makes so much sense. So big deal.
Yeah, it felt like a no-brainer. I just don't see how you do a partnership and not give AJ Styles the chance to make an appearance over there.
Mm-hmm. AJ... That should be fun.
Yeah, but that is the TNA card. I think that is all of our Humper chats.
See, we like TNA over here. Total nonstop action, baby. I was there.
I was there.
I was there when you had to pay $10 a week to watch that show. I wasn't paying $10 a week, but I was there.
Yeah, we don't have any more Humper chats.
No super chats either.
Yeah, I think that is all we got. We got some of the bill for SummerSlam. Like I said, we got a segment last night between Cena and Cody for what I assume is going to be the big main event for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Cody came out and he gave his sermon because he was like, yeah, I said earlier in this week on Twitter, don't flinch, and people overanalyze that. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. You know, don't flinch at this moment. He like I said, he got in the sermon mode. He was like, I didn't flinch when this happened. I didn't flinch when they tried to politic me and the final boss came from my boss. And I was like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? It's still wild that at one point this guy won the Royal Rumble match for the second year in a row, and he was going to just give his match to The Rock. I can't believe they were going to do that.
Real thing that they pitched. They were really going to be like, nope, Cody, doesn't matter. Let The Rock do this. They had Cody go on TV and say, yeah, too.
He was about to walk away off into the sunset and not wrestle for the Undisputed Championship when he pointed to this guy after he won. He was about to go, I'm about to just go it back.
Mm-hmm.
But
and also that too for SummerSlam, they have announced that your boy is going to be back on the your boy Roman's going to be back on the road promoting this.
Rome. They said he's gonna appear for the next 2 weeks ahead of the show. He will be there for
they really sold it like it was going to be some stretch, some long ass show. Like he's going to be on every show before the pay-per-view. It's like that's 2 shows, dog.
Yeah. How many times are we going to do the return of Roman Reigns? And they want it to be this big thing every time they do it. I assumed that they were going to have him on the show, but once Rollins got injured, plans changed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the injury thing is still very bizarre. I still don't know what to make of this. But yeah, Roman will be on the show. It seems like they're building to a tag match.
Yes.
Am I reading this correct?
I'm like, I don't think they're going to give Roman a one-on-one out of what they've been doing.
Yeah, Roman came out to save Jey Uso, and he had the stare down with the Bronze, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So I assume it's going to be Jay and Roman versus Braun and Bronson.
The Braun boys.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Roman's back for a couple weeks. And then he's gone again.
Yeah, but this segment laid the groundwork because of course Cody won the King of the Ring, so he's earned a shot at the title at SummerSlam. Cena tried to come out and big business him and go, hey, listen, I'm a big star. And so I talked to the guys and I'm filming this movie. Netflix knows about it. Everybody knows about it. I cannot make SummerSlam. So, hey, I appreciate everything you said. I appreciate you making up this contract, but I got to go, guys. I'll see you later. And before he could get up the ramp, Cody jumps him, pulls him back in the ring, puts him through a table, beats him down. And he says, by the way, read the fine print. This match is going to be a street fight. And setting up for more plunder, more run-ins, which I assume this is going to be. I still don't believe that Cody's winning this match.
I mean, them announcing the stipulation is on. I was like, oh, no, Cody's not winning this. I feel like if it was just a straight-up one-on-one match for the belt, I don't think Cena would, but this is definitely a way to get some plunder bullshit on Cody and have him lose his match.
I feel like the fact that it's a street fight easily sets up the return of Travis Scott. And Travis is going to help him win again. But I do like the way that they built to this match. I love the Cody's like, I flinched at WrestleMania. I didn't flinch when all these other things happened, but I did flinch at WrestleMania, and it cost me the title. But this time I'm not gonna flinch. I'm going to go in there and I'm gonna do everything I have to do to win my title back. It just still feels too soon based on the way that they're using Cena as this promotional tool with the belt, and they're still booking this farewell tour. He's still trying to sell us on the threat of him leaving with the belt. I don't see why they would just cut that off at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it still feels like there's more legs. What he said, he's still here till December. Like,
yes.
What would they do if he just loses the championship now?
Right. I mean, they're selling versions of the farewell tour chair on WWE Shot. You think they're gonna miss out on a chance to do some more merch and to sell more appearances after SummerSlam when he still got dates left? I just don't believe that. I feel like something's gonna happen here at SummerSlam, whether it be Travis Scott or something else is gonna happen here. I don't think he's just gonna straight up win.
Well, because that story came out this week when somebody was asking about Travis Scott, and they said that the training wasn't coming along how they wanted him to, or some shit.
Yeah. Of course, the other distinct possibility here is, are we going to get a cash in? Because they are selling us on an injury, but then all these other reports are coming out that it might not be as serious as it seemed. I believe it was Alvarez that said that he was already injured before the match, and he worked the injury in the match to give him some time off to get healthy. And then, he's done stuff like he did the Rich Eisen show, and he's been basically moving like he's not, like he keeps going, well, I got to go and get an MRI. I'm waiting for the swelling to go down. It's like, if this was as serious as it seemed, I don't think they would be still sending him out to do that.
No, I don't think so.
I think it was Meltzer that reported that up until the match that everybody backstage was under the impression that this was going to be a way to write him off TV for a little while. And they were shocked when it was actually a serious injury. And he made it seem like Triple H and Rollins worked everybody. So I don't know. I don't know what this means. Maybe he's actually hurt. Maybe it's the work. The only guess I have is this is a way to make it seem like he's out of the picture, so people are not expecting to cash in.
That makes sense.
But other than that, yeah, I don't know. But I'm starting to believe more and more that there is a chance that he is going to cash in on John Cena, because it just makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, maybe he might try to screw Punk over as well. I don't know, but it's something about all of this time he's been saying, no, I care about this belt over here and making this belt matter. Your belt is the Hollywood belt. And now that he's flipped everything he was doing for the past year, and he's a heel, and he's been trying to usurp all of these things that belong to Roman anyway, it just makes more sense for him to take that belt.
And kind of being a hypocrite about, like, talked all the shit about Roman's belt and then taking Roman's belt.
And if you do this right, he can come out of this and go, look, guys, I saved wrestling. This guy was trying to ruin wrestling. Cody Rhodes failed to beat him. Roman Reigns had to take yet another vacation. I saved wrestling.
I like it. But then it also could work the other way too, because then he'd be screwing Punk. So
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what this means. This Rollins stuff is very confusing because you've got so many conflicting reports out there. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the SummerSlam build is in the mix. We've got the announcement also that we're going to see Charlotte and Alexa take on Raquel and Roxanne for the women's tag belts. I do feel like this is probably where they're just going to put the belts on Alexa and Charlotte.
Definitely. What's their team name? Because I saw their team name and I was like, what is this?
I didn't know they had a team name.
Yeah, they said, I saw it on the internet and I was like, wait, who are these people? Oh, that's Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah. Alexa came out with her pom-poms on and her shirt that said we're not friends, and they did like the heart handshake thing. I was like, okay.
The heart handshake thing. This is I mean, you know, having Charlotte a part of anything is gonna work for all the other ladies, so good for them.
Yeah. Is that really the name? Allies of Convenience?
Oh yeah, that's their name. That's what I said when I saw it. I was like, what?
Okay.
Kind of wordy.
Yeah. Also, Lyra will be taking on Becky Lynch after the 2 out of 3 falls match that I mentioned earlier. Banger of a match. Looking forward to that. Gunther versus Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. So
damn, that's already 3 women's matches or 4 women's matches. Tiffany and
that's right. Tiffany versus Jade is also on the card.
Tiffany and Jade, the women's tag match, the Intercontinental match, and then
the triple threat match as well. Naomi versus Rhea and Io. So
nice.
4. But it's 2 nights, so it should be 4.
You know how they be.
They could squeeze more than 4 out of 2 nights.
Totally.
So yeah, that's coming together in 2 weeks in Newark, MetLife Arena.
You're not going to Newark, are you?
I will not be there.
No.
I will not be there. But I will be at more of these shows in my hometown at Aragon Ballroom.
Nice.
I don't have to travel, so
hop on that train. You right there. Lucky.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys as always for sending me your super chats and your humper chats.
We got one more super chat actually from Van Twinblade who said, "The cheating CEO resigned." Also, can we talk about how good the Superman movie was? Gunn understood the assignment. Crypto is a menace, and I love him.
I have not seen the Superman movie yet. I have been super busy since I came back from Texas. I plan on going to see it either this weekend or sometime next week, but I have not seen it yet.
Shout out to everybody who saw it. It seems like people are excited about it. I haven't seen it. The cheating CEO. Damn, what a life. What a terrible week.
Yeah, it looks like a fun movie. The CEO thing, I figured something was going to come of that because it's been everywhere.
Perception, man. Perception. That's all people care about.
That's a huge conflict of interest to be head of HR. Man. So, yeah, I figured something was going to come of that. Not shocked.
Damn.
Yeah, that and this Colbert thing is crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's... Oh, I don't like some of the talks around it. They think some bribing's going on. The political aspects. It's like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah. Looks
That's crazy. People who work in media, like, this is...
Looks crazy. For a lot of people that... are seemingly against big government interfering in things and are rah-rahing about free speech. Are you okay with this? Because this is clear fascism. If this is what it looks like, shutting down somebody in the media that says things negative about you, that looks like fascism.
Right.
And not a shocker because he's done several things that look, smell, and taste like fascism. So I don't know.
Every day I'm like, what? You can do that? Yes, we can do that. We're gonna do that. We're doing it.
But yeah, appreciate you guys. We don't have any more humper chats. Let me just double check. I am starting to get warm. I've had a pretty big headache since I came on, and I've been blowing my nose constantly. So we don't have any more humper chats. Appreciate you guys. That's all of our super chats, right?
That's everything. Appreciate you guys for submitting those today. Y'all are dope.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for all the support over the past week. If you have not checked out our interviews on our YouTube channel, check those out. Appreciate all the people that subscribed and helped us reach our first 1,000 subscribers.
So sick.
You guys are dope. But this has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Righteous Reg. We're out of here.
Peace.